family pack.
Yeah, it's not charging right now.
The bus said we charge something for walking. The colony that Ford. The last week said we charging.
It might have, yeah. It's charging now. All right.
We good?
Yeah. Initially it wasn't charging, but then hit the power button and we started charging. Yeah, we good.
Shalom, come back.
All right, shalom. We want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. These are your fellow servants from the GMS Orlando camp back another week through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, to prophesy the downfall of America, which is Babylon the Great according to the scriptures, as well as spiritual Nineveh, Rome, Egypt, Greece. All right, to also prophesy to you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native American Indians, to tell you that you're the Israelites according to the Bible, and to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, the title of this lesson is "This World Shall Be Met with Fire." All right, the brothers don't got anything. This is Isaiah 34.
This is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right, the slain of the Lord is going to be many, and the Lord is coming with fire. All right, the Lord is coming with complete and utter destruction. All right, calamity, judgment. All right, and a part of that judgment is going to be fire. All right, a fire that's going to leave America, you know, the smell of America, but nothing but dust and snow and smoke. Like it says in 2 Exodus 13 chapter. You know, all this world, you know, that we are in today, this world that we're in today is going to be consumed, all right, by nuclear fire. You know, the elements are going to be consumed, you know, by the fire that the Lord is going to bring, by the ICBM nuclear missiles and from the blast of his chariot, man. Isaiah 34:1. Come near, you nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh Shai is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. Right, the whole world. All right, the Lord is, his indignation is upon the whole world. All right, the fire is going to be sent upon the whole world. The Lord is getting ready to cleanse the world in general. All right, not only 2/3 of the nation of Israel, all right, but these heathen nations as well, man. The Lord is going to come with that purifying fire. You got it? He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And that's a mass amount of death. You know, the scriptures prescribe death, calamity, and judgment are coming to this present world. There's no cute way of saying that. There's no light way of saying that. A lot of niggas are getting ready to die, you know, in this up and coming future. You know, just to put it plainly, a lot of niggas are gonna meet their death, you know, in this up and coming future by either the sword, calamity, pestilence, or the Lord himself, man. You know, the Lord coming to lay them down himself, you know, and that's what the scriptures speak about. You know, and that's what the prophets of old warned about as well. They warned about evil, pestilence, you know, wars and rumors of wars. They warned about these things, you know, because that the Lord was always displeased with the empire that the prophets found themselves in. And this one is no different. America's actually worse. America's worse off than ancient Babylon. It's worse off than ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, this is the worst empire that has ever been allowed, to flourish. And the Lord is going to cleanse it through fire, man, through judgment. And a lot of bodies is going to get ready to drop, man. And it's going to be in 3D. It's going to be in real time. These are the things that the Lord is letting us know so that we have time, ample time to prepare ourselves mentally and spiritually for what's getting ready to come down the pipe, man. And all the...
If I can say this, when you think about the flood was considered what they call the first death. When you go into Revelation, the 20th chapter, it talks about the second death. Death and hell being cast into the lake of fire. That's not some spiritual dimension hell being cast into a lake of fire. That's the end of this rulership. That's the Lord putting a period at the end of this sentence. Because the Lord flooded the world at one point, and the Lord promised he would never flood the world again. Right now we live in a time of flood-like behavior, where wickedness has reached a certain height where a response is necessary. And according to prophecy, the response is going to be with fire. But even before the fire, you're going to see famine, pestilence, war. All of these are signs of the second coming of the one they really call Jesus, whose name is Yahweh. But it's going to end with fire.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Yeah, this rulership is going to end. That the mushroom clouds is almost like a sign of the ultimate sign of the end of this rulership. And all the rulerships of the heathens for that matter. Because at the end of this, when Esau's destroyed as a nation of people, all right, when they're taken out of power, it begins the rulership of Jacob, beginning with Yahweh. And that rulership will never be taken down.
And that heaven is talking about the rulership of the so-called white man. That's not the spiritual realm, right? Because you listen to how it's being read and saying, read that out again.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
So it said all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. We know that the hosts of heaven talking about the angels. We know that they talking about the angels, right? They pure energy. They spirits created for vengeance. That's talking about the rulership. That heaven is talking about earth. The rulership of the so-called white man. His host, his military, the higher ups. It's talking about, because when you go to Revelation 19, it explains, it say, all the kings of the earth stood up to fight. It said the dragon and the armies stood up to fight against the Lord and Savior, man. Go ahead.
And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Right, you read that in Revelation 19, like the brother said. You can also go to 2nd Edges, the 13th chapter, and read about the Lord destroying the host. The whole Esau's hosts are with the blast of his chariot, man. You got it. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Right, so that's showing you, they ain't talking about the spiritual realm of heaven. They're talking about the earth, the last rulership. That heaven is talking about who's ever in power right now. What the saying is, there's an old saying, this is the white man's heaven and the black man's hell. You got it?
That's my sister right now.
Right here?
Yeah.
With old boy?
Uh-huh.
You got it, bro.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Got marked again.
Yeah.
They both got marked again. Go ahead and explain.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh had the sacrifice in Basra.
Right, they say that the kidneys and goats and rams, that's the people, man. Right, the scriptures call us beasts. Right, and the Lord said the so-called white man he's the worst beast of the field. But it's naming the different people, man. You got it, because it said America's an altar. That's why Amos 9:1, Lord, it say, I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, right? America is going to be that altar, man. Right. You got it.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right. Edomville, Babylon the Great, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, better known as America. Because America ain't in the Bible. Babylon the Great is.
And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls,
right?
And their land shall be soaked with blood.
They're talking about America, because how was America gotten? By the land being soaked with blood. You got it.
and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Right. It's all about Israel, man. The Lord said made the world for Israel's sake. And because what you did to the Hebrew Israelites, then it's got to be paid back to you. Oh, in Jeremiah 50:24, matter of fact, let me read that. Get that for me real quick. Jeremiah 50:24. 51-24. Look.
Jeremiah 51 and 24.
And it said, for what? The controversy of Zion. Read this.
Jeremiah or Jeremiah 51 and 24. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea
Right, right.
all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight.
See, the evil that they have done in Zion in our sight. We see what's going on in that land, right? We see what happened amongst us in our sight. Isaiah 1:7, it says, your city, your land is desolate, right? It's overthrown by strangers. Now give me that real quick. Isaiah 1:7.
So Isaiah chapter 1, verse 7.
Hold on, bro. Let's go with you.
Your country is desolate.
Right.
Isaiah 1:7. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire.
Right.
Your land, strangers devour it in your presence.
In your presence. That's the point. It said in your presence. So go back to this real quick.
Jeremiah 51 and 24. And I will render unto Babylon
Right.
to all the inhabitants of Chaldea
Which is the Edomite. Go ahead.
all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
Behold, I am against thee,
Right.
O destroying mountain.
Oh, destroying mountains. What it say was that Revelation 11:18, them that destroy the earth. Right? The Lord will destroy them that destroy the earth. Who's destroying the earth? There's only one nation of people that's destroying the earth, man. There's only one nation of people that's spraying chemtrail, that's contaminating the water, that's the GMO food, right? There's only one nation of people. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth.
Right.
And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
A burnt mountain. Let's go back to the Obadiah 1:18, right? The Lord gonna burn the Edomites up, man. A bonfire. You got it. That was one.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner,
Right.
nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith
Forever.
the Lord.
Talking about America, man. You got it, bro.
Back in Isaiah 34 and 8. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Right.
It's cool because it mentioned recompenses, more than one thing.
Right.
And brothers mentioned some of them. What's going on over there in the land right now. Some of the biggest, parades in the world. The fact that America's been established off the bloodshed of Israelites.
Yep.
The list goes on. And that's why the scriptures say there is no balm for her wound. There's no healing agent. This place is Esau is past the point of no return. Verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch.
Right.
It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever.
Right.
That's a testament to the scorching heat that the Lord is going to send upon America, man. Complete and utter desolation. All right, that's what we're reading about. All right, that's the times that we're coming into ultimately. That's the times that the Lord is preparing us to withstand, man. Because through all these things, brothers are still going to be on the earth. The scriptures say that the elect are going to be scarcely saved. You might be in a situation to where a missile might be coming right down within your vicinity, man. And you still have to maintain the faith up until that very last moment, even if it touched down on the earth, man. You have to maintain the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai even to the last. And the Lord is letting us know that this world is going to pass away. The fashion of this world is going to pass away. America was never meant to be an everlasting kingdom. The Lord allowed the so-called white man to set himself up or to prop himself up for a moment in time for our correction. And then after we were corrected, then the Lord would turn back our captivity. That's the whole reason the Lord gave Esau another empire, man.
another shot, so to speak. And we're coming to the end of that mercy that the Lord has given the so-called white man. And the end of the mercy is going to end with fire. I got one for you.
And this is Christ, man. So, hey, nobody can say the Lord ain't balanced. He's not just, right? But this is the third rulership that the white man has had. And again, he destroyed him. He destroyed him.
If I may say, to speak on that balance of Yahweh Shema Shai, again, he's gonna prove a point through his judgment and the destruction of Esau. Because just like the Israelites are going to be that standard for righteousness, through the destruction of Esau, the so-called white man, he's going to be that standard of what not to be, what not to do.
This is Luke 12, verse 49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled?
And that's the one they ignorantly called Jesus. Saying, basically, if it was up to me, the fire that's going to set the world on fire, if it was up to him, it would have already been kindled. The Christians ain't going to tell you about this. They paint this whitewashed, sanitized image of the Lord that's not biblical. When you look at it, the Lord, just like his father, is a man of war. It's like that.
No, it's exactly what the brother's saying, man. The Lord is a man of war, and he's coming to bring that. He's already bringing that war vibration to the planet, man. That war vibration is already saturating the planet Earth, man, and it's only going to continue to get more and more concentrated until the Lord returns, man.
I was thinking about that too earlier this week when John saw the Lord. He had a golden girdle on. That's something that you wear to protect your midsection in time of war. When your king is in war apparel, that's a sign to the nation of the time that you're in. Like when Yahweh Shah said, those that be in king's houses have soft raiment. So if you see your king in war mode, what does that tell the rest of the nation? That we're in the time of war. We're not in the time of peace. We're not in the time of walking around in silk linens and flip-flops. We're not in that time. There's going to be a time for that. There's a time and season for everything. But right now, we're in the midst of war. Even Yahweh Shah, in his glorified state, has a war belt on.
Hey, now it's about 47:3. He said when he returned, he was not meek and like a man.
Right.
He's coming back in an angelic body with war, man. He said vengeance burned up in his heart in Isaiah 63. Right. Before. He said the day of vengeance burned up in his heart, man. The Lord come to his father. If Yahweh is a man of war, Exodus 15:3, right? Yahweh Shah's a man of war, man. And it's war mode, man. He said he will not meet thee like a man. He ain't coming back humble on a donkey, man. He comes back in his chariot. Bloodshed, man.
He said he's going to tread them in his anger.
Right.
What is his anger? Not just what they did to him, but also what they did to the Lord's people. All of the reparations Jake asking for and protesting for, Yahweh Shah is bringing that. He's going to repair what's been broken.
Oh, last week was giving his father's name.
Right. He's going to come and repair that, man. Only, like the Lord said, by me these things were started, and only by me can they be ended. Yahweh Shah is coming to put a period on the end of this city.
Like it says in Proverbs the 15th chapter, 33rd verse, before honor is humility. And the Lord already came humble, man. Right. Now it's time for him to be honored. He's going to be honored through judgment, man. The Lord is going to command that honor, because a lot of niggas out here don't want to respect the Lord. Even though the Lord is going to come back, you still going to have rebellious niggas, man. The Lord is going to take his honor, man. He's going to command that honor through judgment, And that's what type of time the Lord is on, man. The Lord isn't some nice guy, man. The world has painted the Lord out to be a bundling fool, man. And the Lord is nothing like that. The Lord is an austere man. The Lord is very serious, and we've seen that through his ministry. He had times where he was generous amongst the body. You know what I'm saying? He had his moments where he was soft amongst his men. But ultimately he was an austere man. And that's how he's coming back. He's coming back austere and with a purpose, man. A purpose to take his kingdom, man. A purpose to destroy and lay down wickedness and establish the righteous in that stead, man.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, war, he shall prevail against his enemies.
Right, and he's ultimately going to prevail against his enemies. Because like Howard Shah said, you know, when he was being crucified, I could call down one legion of angels and we could be done with this shit right now. It was a play on his power back in the ancient world, but he's actually going to exercise that power when he returns, man. And he's going to prevail against his enemies. And that's 2/3 of the nation of Israel, all right, who are enemies to the Lord in mindset and deed. And then that's the enemies that are the heathens, man. Chiefly the so-called white man. The Lord is going to prevail against them.
Those my enemies, which was not that I should reign over them, bring them and set them before me. And it was Judah and Levi that had the Lord crucified, man. They was the reason behind the Lord being crucified, man. Yeah. So of course, hey, the Lord got enemies in his own people, man.
Hey, treason is punishable by death. In the ancient world, all you jakes that treat the Lord like he the Israelite that drew the shortest straw, the Lord will require that. When you was in the ancient world, if you were in the king's presence, you had to bow. You had to show obeisance. And it's not just in words, you have to do that in deed.
Right.
The Lord is coming back to establish that. The world forget that Howard Shah's a king, man. He's not some negotiator just, no, he's the king. What he did was unlike any other king in the history to lay down his life for his people, but he is a king.
Every knee will bow. Every tongue shall confess. Every knee shall bow.
Salakia, the king.
Right.
And it's going to be in that generation that was amongst them that crucified him, it's going to be here as well, man. Those same niggas that said, give us Barabbas, those same ones, they back, man. They back, and they ain't a lot of scoffers or unbelievers or whatever it may be, you know, but they back. And the Lord is going to get his revenge to their face, man.
Yep. What he said, bring him. Stay there before me.
What's that one? It's in Deuteronomy. He said, I will visit to their face.
Oh, get that Deuteronomy 7 and 9. Yeah, let's read that.
Deuteronomy 7 and 9. Know therefore that Yahweh thy power, he is the most high power, the faithful power. Deuteronomy 7 and 9. Know therefore that Yahweh thy power, he is the most high power, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face. To destroy them, he will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face.
It's personal, man. Hey, the Lord will repay to you. Hey, and that's why I was making the point a while ago. When Jake lose their life, man, some grievous death, you face to face with the Lord, man. You just don't know it, man.
Funny how Jake will always say, yeah, sit out to my face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, the Lord be putting all these rappers in. Hey, that be the Lord, man. That be that face-to-face judgment. You just don't know it, man.
Because ain't no hell where people go and burn forever.
Right.
This is the playground of judgment, if you will. And the Lord uses all instruments to get the job done, whatever instrument is necessary. But what a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And every day the Lord's judgment comes out. Every day the Lord is clearing out debts. And without Yahweh Shah's blood, your debt is not clear. That's why we are of the hopeful elect. Because ultimately, our efforts to be righteous is not enough. We still need mercy.
Hey, if it had been in hell, it would have been in that verse right there, man.
Right.
Don't worry about coming back and see me face to face. I'm gonna see you. It has been right there in that verse. Now the Lord saying, you won't have to see the Lord, man.
Right.
And then, man.
Hey, show hell in the creation story, man.
Right.
Where is hell in Genesis, man? The Lord ain't create no fucking hell, man. That's just Roman Catholic dogma, man. Just that they use that type of shit to strike fear into people to fund the wars and stuff like that, man. That's all that was.
Right, and they love to go to fucking the one that asked you about Canaan.
Yeah.
Right? It said that's where they burn trash at.
Yeah.
Right?
It was like a landfill.
Whatever. It's like a landfill. But where was that? Was it under the ground?
No.
It wasn't under the ground, man. It's where they burn trash at, man. Like bro said, it was like a landfill.
Ezekiel 18:4, behold, all souls are mine. As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die, not go to hell. They say that soul that sinneth, it shall die.
Right. That's another fact. Let me get this. Then Deuteronomy 24 and 16. The father shall not be put to death for the children. Right. Neither shall the children be put to death for the father. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
That shows you plainly the judgment of the Lord. It's not going to hell. Why wouldn't the Lord tell us about hell when he gave us the blessings and the curses?
Right.
Why put us through curses if we're going to go to hell anyway?
Right.
That shows you that the world don't understand judgment. Scripture say evil men understand not judgment.
That would be an unjust balance, man. What balance is there in you living one life and the Lord bring you here maimed or whatever, and then you die. This is your only chance to get it right. You die, and once you die, you just burn for eternity. That's it. Man, there's no equity in that, man. But we understand the Lord to be a just power, you know, and we understand that a man is going to die for his own sins. You know, you don't die. I mean, you are recompensed for what you sown in the earth. It says in Galatians the 6th chapter, man. What you sow, therefore shall you reap. If you sow wickedness, you're going to reap death, man. If you sow righteousness, you'll reap everlasting life. It's as simple as that, man. You know, and right now we're coming into that season where the Lord is going to recompense those who have been sown to their flesh, man. All these people that have been sown to their flesh, sowing wickedness, constantly disrespecting the Lord, they're going to get their just recompense, man, because judgment is likened unto a ring. Everything comes full circle, man.
And that's against men and it's against nations. All right, the Lord has certain judgments against an entire nation of people. What happened in the first Exodus was a national judgment. It was a judgment against the Egyptians. All the firstborn of the Egyptians died, not just Pharaoh's firstborn. Even though all the Egyptians didn't make the decisions, they all shared that judgment.
Same faith when Esau Edom. Second Ezra 5:42. He said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first.
And this is before they were saying what goes around comes around.
Right.
To let you know that our heritage is where all of these little wise sayings come from. Come from what the Lord gave us as a nation of people, our actual heritage.
So I answered and said, couldst thou not make those that have been made and be now, and that are for to come at once, that thou might show thy judgment the sooner? Hey, it all happened over a process of time. That's what the Lord said in 2 Kings 4. He said this, 2 Kings 4:37. I got right here. By measure have he measured the time, and by number have he numbered the time, and he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
And if you can imagine Jake back in chattel slavery, you know, you can just imagine that Jake, maybe his brother just got hung. Now they got to figure out what they're going to do with the kids and your brother's wife. And you in the house frustrated. You want justice then. But the Lord said what? He does not move and stir the time. So now we're in that time. That's why I said, blessed is your eyes when you see. We're witnessing a fall of our enemies. There was a time when we had no power in our hands. An Edomite could come in your house, pull your wife out, and then return her the next morning. And you had no right in your hands to do anything about it.
So in the movie, all over the nation. Right. They said, when your God that day.
Yeah.
That was Gabriel Union that came into.
Yeah, that was real foul
The Lord
shit.
requires that, man.
That's real foul
You
shit.
just imagine our forefathers back then with no power in their hands. Just imagine the frustration, having to wake up and just continue moving on in life, knowing that this shit happened and you can't do nothing about it.
Hey,
well, now is the
right,
payment, man.
Right. Lord, what does we didn't understand the mind of the Lord, man. Now we know, hey, if that shit happened, that's judgment, man. That's judgment on her end, if she get raped, and hey, I gotta suffer because it's part of the curse.
Yeah.
Now we understand why these things happen, man.
Because the Lord said it would happen.
Right.
The Lord told us it would happen in Deuteronomy 28. Right. He said, man, if y'all don't listen, I'm going to do this to y'all.
Do this. And it's hard, but you got to accept it.
We agreed as a family.
Right, that Exodus 24, man, the covenant, man.
That's what comes with being married to the Lord. the good and the so-called bad. We agreed. All the words of the Lord we will do, we agreed to.
Right.
Every time we're born into the earth, we're subject to that agreement.
Every time.
You can go make a backroom deal with some small hat in a skyscraper and get millions of dollars for a season.
One season.
But eventually your husband, which is the Lord, is going to step in and disannul the vow. Because you're subject to this vow first and foremost.
Hey, the Lord got us, man. We can't do that.
Yeah, we can't do that.
That's why a guy like Prince come in rich for a season, leave broke. Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, they reign for a season. They live good for a season. But they go out just like they came in with nothing, man.
Nothing, man. That's the Lord said you're gonna be born with nothing, and you're gonna die with nothing. That's the curse, man. Hey, but you gotta understand, that's how you know the Lord loves us, man. And hey, we just read it, Exodus 18, the Lord say, all souls are mine.
Right.
This is Jeremiah 15:11. The Lord said, verily, it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. Shall iron break the northern iron and the steel? Thy substance and thy treasures will I give to the spoil without price.
Right.
And that for all thy sins, even in all thy borders. And I will make thee to pass with thine enemy into a land which thou knowest not. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, which shall burn upon you.
As a family on earth, we never needed the Lord. We put into agreement with the Lord and we broke the treaty. We broke the agreement. So everything that happened to us, we deserve it. We actually deserve worse when we go into the street. Everything that we've experienced, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans on this side of the world, we earned it. We deserve it because of what we did. All these orgies and all and the adultery that Jake doing now on this side, they were doing in the ancient world. But they were sneaking Hebrew, they were wearing fringes, and they was going to the temple like they ain't do nothing wrong, like the Lord ain't see it. So we earned this. All the folly you see our people doing under the banner of being black, Hispanic, or Latino, all right, or Native American, we were doing in the ancient world, pretending to serve the Lord at the same time. You had the ones who were trying to do right, but the majority of our people, this is what they always wanted to do. Esau just gave them a so-called license to be who they always wanted to be. But it is a cost to that. You enjoy pleasure of sin for a season, there is a price. And the price ain't worth, what they say, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, man.
The Lord, he had a yard sale and didn't take no money.
Right.
Right, on substance or wealth, everything. He just gave it away to our enemies.
It broke us down. Our people can't even imagine we had a high society. We had a high society, man, not just some a town. Black Wall Street, one street in one city. We had our own nation. We had our own nation, our own army, our own military. We had order. Army rotating in and out each month. We had our own society, and the Lord stripped it and took us and made us bear. To now, the best case scenario is you are a jester in another man's kingdom. Whether you tell good jokes or you know how to move and put a ball in a hoop or catch pigskin. Whatever your body can offer another nation of people, you basically sold, exploited. From being the high society, the #1 nation on the earth, to being common justice in another nigga kingdom, man.
Solomon, she was high up in rank in her nation, but she came to Solomon for wisdom. Let's go back to the Deuteronomy 4, when the Lord said, "This is our wisdom inside the nation." The Lord gave us a little glimpse of that with Solomon, man. The nation's supposed to come to us for wisdom, understanding.
This is Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Yeah, because everything Jake fighting for, we're going to have that and then some in the kingdom. All the shit that Jake chasing on this side, and it's all tainted.
They can't control none of the resources.
It's all tainted. Look at a guy like Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, he can go to Dubai, but if he don't come back at a certain time, they'll put his ass in the jail. or P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, $70 million to put to post bond, and the Edomite can say no.
He got billions of papers.
I don't care how much money you got. You can't get out because I said so.
Right.
Are you then, can you really call yourself free at that point? No, you're subject to another nation of people. If you're not sovereign, you're not free.
With all that money, you still don't control resources.
Right.
You don't control no resource,
Right.
but you're a billionaire. You don't
No
make no
resource.
laws. You don't make no laws. You can't let nobody go out of jail. You can't say, hey, don't tell how much, 50? Hey, let him go. Y'all can't do none of that, man. We don't got no power, man. Right. Ain't no taking that. Right. This nigga let Anthony Fauci go, man.
Says,
The Lord basically turned the world into a prison. You got certain states that got a little bit more privilege in prison, but it's still prison.
Hey, what's wrong? I always say the Lord made the world our prison, but America is back to the
Says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in his glory, in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then shall he reward every man according to his works.
Hey, and to show you how messed up we is, man, license to sin, right? License just means you got a permission, right? And you got to get that from the so-called white man on the side, man. Right?
That should burn you. The fact that a nation that hates you is able to speak, to give the world your narrative, to paint you how they want to paint you.
Right.
And you gotta be subject to a nation of people that hate you. They deliver your children. You gotta go to them for medication. You gotta go to them for the want of all things, and they hate your guts.
Hey, you gotta take your ass to the courthouse, man.
Yeah.
License.
Please, Mr. White man, can I sell candles for you?
Right.
I gotta feed my family, Mr. White man. Can I get a loan, Mr. White man? The Lord said we had to go to another nation for the want of all things. And 2/3 of our people are comfortable in this embarrassing condition. This is embarrassing as a nation of people. You see our women on the internet twerking. You know, every time they commit a crime, they blow it up, and when the Edomite commit a crime, they try to sweep it under the rug, painting our people to be the monsters of the earth, as if the so-called white man ain't getting active as we speak. That's embarrassing, man.
We do dust like this. Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Right.
Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy way.
And that's what our people have done. They walk around the earth trying to make the so-called white man comfortable, hoping that one day he'll look at them as their equal. And he'll never do that because he hates you.
This is Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 30. Yet many years didst thou forbear them, and testifiest against them by thy spirit in thy prophets. Yet would they not give ear.
Right.
Therefore givest thou them into the hand of the people of the land. Scattered.
It's going to wind up being for the sea. That's separation. Third, man. Hey, because Jeremiah 30:12, the Lord said they trust no practice. That's Stockholm syndrome. And before the word Stockholm syndrome was in the dictionary, it was in the Bible, man. That the Lord said, my people shall trust no practice, every person, and stay their own. You know, keep getting beat over the head, but man, nah, what about the Gentiles, man?
Right. It's not all of them. It's not all of them. We do both now.
He might beat Jake over the head, nigga said, what about the Gentiles?
And that's because our people believe what the so-called white man says and not what he does.
Right.
If you look at his actions and believe his actions more than his words, he couldn't supplant you. But 2/3 of our people believe the narrative. They believe that racism is a thing of the past. They believe that these new so-called white people are different from their forefathers.
right.
And they not.
Same damn motherfucker that was hanging your ass. Take a picture of this shit, man.
It wasn't the elites that was putting on trees. It wasn't super elites. It was the regular so-called white people.
Most of the God. That
Yeah.
was that nigga.
The ones who had a bad day at work, and only leverage they have over you is that they're a so-called white person. They do not. That was their leverage. They ain't as rich as they other brethren, but that's the one up that they got on. Those were the people that was hanging out people and cutting their rods off and cutting their ears off and putting them on their mantle as souvenirs. It was the blue-collar worker Edomites, the regular so-called white people that was pulling Jake out off the streets. Pick a nigga.
Oh.
2,000, 3,000 people show up to watch you get put to death.
And you making fun of the time. The motherfuckers in Mason.
Yeah.
They was the Edomites.
Yeah. The HVAC engineer. The ones you gotta work shoulder to shoulder with. In a not so distant past. Those were the ones who might have caught you getting off work at the right time and put you on a tree just because they was angry. And nobody was gonna judge them for doing it.
Hey, the Elder Malcolm goes into it all the time. And it was a lecture done by this guy named Tim Wise. He goes into exactly what the brother's talking about, man. You know, how when that whole social construct of white and black came into play, you know, the elites kind of played on their own brethren. It was fueling their mindset to be like, no, these niggas, they taking over your job. Because back during slavery, Jake was really the only ones with tangible skills. They had the skills to till the land. They had the skills, you know, to build and do all these different things. The so-called white man didn't have those skills, man. You know, so when they were being set free, so to speak, Jake was flourishing. You know what I'm saying? Jake had their own little shit. And Esau Esau was assed out. So then it came a point in time to where they created this social construct to prop themselves up on the top of society to make themselves look like they're the majority. You know, roughly paraphrasing the whole lecture. You know, to make themselves look like they are the majority. You know, to give them power to usurp the lands that they had originally given Jake, man. You know, by force.
Not only that,
we need to be together. They need human resources. Which human is colored. They need Israelite resources to build, man.
We were on our way to so-called self-sufficiency. When Jake got out of chattel slavery, we were the skilled labor force. Right. Blacksmiths, carpenters. We were the skilled labor.
engineer,
That's why during that Reconstruction period, Jake was flourishing for a moment. And that's why Esau sent the KKK to just start terrorizing Jake away from voting. Because Jake started getting these offices. Because Jake had skilled labor. And the Edomites didn't. They were not skilled workers.
They ain't skilled workers.
To this day.
They will never be.
Yeah.
But then they did the sharecropping, and then eventually during segregation, Jake was more skilled. Because in high school, you wasn't learning about Pythagorean's theorem. You were learning how to do a trade. You had an actual trade during high school. You knew how to work with your hands, so when you graduated, you could get a job instantly. And them Edomites upsetted that whole situation so that they could capitalize off our people.
Hey, that's the narrative even today. Because a lot of these Issacharites, before they even reach high school, they're being trained up to go out and work on them houses, man. Esau don't know how to build a fucking house. He don't know how to build these different infrastructures. He could go on the computer and type in the design and shit, and he could give you the angles and all the mathematics because he went to college for that shit, and they make you go to college. But to actually do it, he don't have the skill to do those things, man. Jake is the ones that are building the infrastructure for America, man. So when you take that away, it's just like the ancient world, man. They taking all these Issacharites back to their land. Who gonna fucking work? Esau don't want to work. His sons and daughters don't want to work. They barely even want to go fight for their own damn country, man.
That show you how much someone man loses.
because our captivity is over. So America ain't gonna be great again.
Even 2/3, they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. They got the attitude where they ain't trying to go back to people.
No, they look at around too.
You won't have a lot of those. You won't have a lot of race riots out there. Even with the Lincoln Heights situation, where the so-called white supremacists was coming into the Lincoln Heights neighborhood, and Jake started banding together. And was like, nah, y'all ain't coming in our neighborhood with that bullshit.
That's Ohio.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
That's a small example, because in these days, in these last days, 2/3 gonna rise up too, man. They gonna get folded in that shit, but they gonna rise up too.
They rise up right now, man. Yeah. And you saw the
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, that was that same dude. Yeah, that was that same dude that was on exposing the industry, man.
Yeah.
His name is Smart Guy.
Oh, but to land back to brother point, what the rich Edomites did, they played they used racism to basically keep the lower part of these Edomites distracted. All right, and Lyndon B. Johnson had this quote, and I want to bring it out. It says, if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. And you know who done that now? Trump. Trump has done that now. The whole banner of Make America Great Again is the restoration of so-called white privilege. This is why they were so excited about DEI being taken away. And it really only benefited so-called white men. Jake didn't really benefit from that, but they always use Jake as the scapegoat. Just to keep these low-level Edomites distracted from the fact that you're being robbed. When they talk about the middle class is being robbed, who do you think they're talking about? The average income of a so-called black household is between $25,000 and $35,000. That's the average wealth. The average wealth of a so-called white home, average wealth, is around $285,000. So when they talk about robbing the middle class, who do you think they're talking about? The rich so-called white people are stealing from the poor in the middle. And this is going to bring in sedition. Because when these Edomites realize that Trump is not in business to save them, they're going to flip.
They need about another few more months. You see, that nigga ain't going to do nothing.
That's the definition of sedition, though. It's a concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority, man. When they realize that their kings and their princes aren't for their benefit, they're going to turn against them, man.
They would have said like over 180 of these Edomite militia groups in America, man. Over 180 of them. And hey, that's what I always make me think about that with the domestics, man. Because it's all Edomites going against each other, man. Everybody cannibals, man. Yeah, it's these Edomites. Of course, they're going to get caught up in it, but they're just going to be Edomite on Edomites, man. They going to the Congress, man. So these are the niggas that passed the bill. And once the one guy said, he knows what Congress stay at. I know what a couple of them at. Hey, listen, these people know where these people at, man. That's why the elites is hiding, man. That's why the elites gonna stay here, man. They bunkers is 2 feet away from their ass, man. But all these motherfuckers working in Congress, the Senate, all that shit, man, they ain't been getting chopped down for this. Because they don't want to pass these bills, man. So the elite is setting up the Congress for collateral damage and casualties of war, man.
And the average Edomite, they actually watch the movie.
Right.
Contrary to Jake.
Yeah.
They ain't at the crib playing PS5. The average Edomite, they know what's going on. They have some sense of what's going on around them. That's why they stocking up on bullets. They're stocking up on MREs. Because they know what's going on. They see what's going on. Eventually, according to prophecy, you're going to have sedition.
This is Proverbs 11 and 29. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind.
Exactly, because again, when you remove all of these covering casts of, they're Canadian, they're Australian, they're German, they're Russian, they're all Edomites. They're really all a part of the same family, but they're troubling their own house. The Russians are so-called white people just like the Americans, but they're going to start World War III. Because they're troubling their own house. They're robbing each other at this point. The so-called white man as a whole, they've robbed everybody to the point where the only people left to rob is each other.
That's it.
That's why they have that quote that evil destroys even itself. Because once it's done destroying everything else, it starts to turn and eat on its own.
Hey,
exactly.
That's why Proverbs 16 says, the Lord has reserved the wicked for the day of evil.
Hey, it says in Sirach 21, in the fourth verse, it says, to terrify and do wrong will waste riches, man. And that's exactly what the so-called white man has done. Through his terrifying and wrongdoing, he's wasted even his own riches. You know, like the brother's going into, now he's stealing from himself, man. You know, he's a nigger out at his own table.
He robbed everybody, and now he robbing his own. And that's why they're going to react the way they react. Right. Because now they're starting to rob their own people. Edomites think like Edomites, and they know each other.
Exactly. That's why the Lord got to use the Edomite to destroy the Edomites. This they say black on black crime. Oh shit. Edomite on Edomite crime.
Because what Jake does really only affects Jake.
Right.
They talk about black on black crime, PDs and GDs killing each other, talking about they smoking the ops. All that really only hurt our people.
Yep.
The violence that Jake commits is against each other. And it only really affects us as a nation of people. What the so-called white man does affects nations of people. Multiple accounts of attempted genocide. Multiple accounts. If you brought them up as a nation of people and put their charges on paper, it's obvious who's the criminal. But now they're in a power seat determining who is and who ain't a terrorist. Right. That's a hypocrite.
This Proverbs 15 to 27. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house. Right. But he that hateth guilt shall live.
Right. Now this case done went to the Supreme Court. The real Supreme Court. And the Lord need that. He need this back.
I got one in Psalm 37, and I'll start at 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken.
Yeah, we don't feel no sympathy for the so-called white man, the average one or the upper echelon. Especially you average Edomites that's catching hell. Because y'all were the same ones that were stringing our people up. It wasn't them ones wearing white gloves, super rich, with 10, 15 servants. It wasn't them Edomites taking a break from being rich to come hang Jake. It was these average blue-collar Edomites.
BJ's and Whole Foods, them same Edomites you see every day. The ones you rub your shoulder with at the plantation.
Right. I want to back on what the brother was saying about the white man not being skilled. Right. What? This is Proverbs 13 and 11.
Yep.
Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished.
Yep.
But he that gathereth by labor shall increase.
That's what Esau did. He gathered together through treachery. He made a treaty and broke every one of them. He made a treaty with the Native Americans and broke all of them. It wasn't just a case of, during the lynching thing, it wasn't just a case of them just stringing up Jake. No, they would string Jake up to the point of death, take him down, and cut off a souvenir, and then put him back up. It was a show. They try to make it seem like it's just 12 people with torches just watching the Jake hang. There was thousands of people out there. 3,000 people show up to watch the Jake get put to death. And a lot of times for a crime they didn't even commit. They don't tell you about them eating Jake, man. Turning Jake into oil, turning Jake into a delicacy. And eating our people, man. Turn our people into belts and shoes. Stuffing Jake's hair in the furniture for cushion. Beating Jake's teeth out and then wearing it.
One of those jackets is still for sale. You got a jacket with a whole bunch of Jake faces on it. That was for sale just a couple of months ago, man. It was going for a couple $1,000, man. You know, they turned Jake into actual props. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is gonna get vengeance for that. The Lord ain't forget that. Even though you might have a coon-ass nigga who might forget what the so-called white man has done, the Lord ain't forget, man. And the Lord has raised up the remnant of the nation of Israel that won't forget either, man. And that is gonna fight, you know, and stand for the Lord against the evildoers, man. There's somebody that has to stand
for the Lord against these motherfuckers, man. Against these devils. And the Lord has raised up the remnant to do that, in the form of what you're saying now, man. Preaching this word. That's how we stand against the evildoers. That's how we stand against our chiefest enemy, man. By standing boldly for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and preaching this word. I got one.
Yeah, let me read this real quick. This is Psalm 55 and 19. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth old, because they have no changes. They so what they come up to change. Read again. Psalm 55 and 19. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth old, Yahweh, because they changes. Therefore they fear not God. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Right.
He hath broken his covenant.
And we have a right to be upset about that. Don't let these Edomites gas you up and say, oh, that was the past. Don't ever let these so-called white people gas you up to believe, oh, that's just the past. Nah, man. Remember your history, man, because the Lord needs that. The Lord requires that which is past, man. And we're one with the will of the Heavenly Father. That's when we get our justice. We're not going to get justice through FRNs, through Esau giving us a bunch of money on this side. The reparations is going to come through the Lord's judgment, man.
Read this again. Psalms 55 and 19. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth old, because they have no changes.
Right.
Therefore they fear not God. Hey, they what's that? Psalms damn. What is that? I forget right off. Let me keep reading. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. With the brother mentioned the treaty that he made with Gad, man. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
Right.
but war was in his heart.
And the brother brought out a beautiful precept. He's not going to change.
Right.
He's not going to change. 2/3 of our people are kicking against the pricks. It's obvious he's never going to change as a nation of people.
Yep.
They're not going to change.
It reads, the words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right.
And that's what Cristobal Colon said. He couldn't put down his sword for 1 hour, right? That's what he wrote. Because Gad was getting on that ass, man. But they again, it say they have no changes. They ain't gonna change, man. Lord is saying, son, he's the death adder, man. Oh, that's what I was looking for.
Hey, that's what they said in this new Marvel movie. This new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
The nigga, the Esau turned out to be the Red Hulk. And they were saying the whole movie, he ain't gonna change, man. His ass, he the same old angry motherfucker, he ain't gonna change. And lo and behold, nigga didn't change, man. He showed his true nature. And that's the so-called white, that's what the scriptures say. Who shall be a charmer who's been with a serpent?
Right.
You knew the nigga was a snake?
Yep.
Hey, real quick, let him bring this out real quick.
This is Jeremiah 13 and 23.
Yep.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil?
Right.
Exactly. No.
Right.
This is what he was built for. When you understand the prophecy concerning Esau and Jacob, Esau has a hatred for Jacob. The scriptures say it's a perpetual hatred.
Right.
Meaning it's a never-ending hatred for us as a nation of people, man. And you have to zoom out outside of your personal relationship. You might be cordial with a so-called white person at your job. That don't take away from the fact that as a nation of people, they have been your enemy. Just because they cordial at work, they play the game and they nice to you, or they give you an extra 15 minutes on your lunch break, or they buy lunch for you one day. That don't discredit the fact that as a nation of people, they are your enemy.
Right.
And they're not going to change according to the Lord.
He has such an insatiable lust for blood that the Lord has to take it off. Because if the Lord keep letting this devil rule, he ain't gonna stop.
And you have to consider that the scriptures call this man the fowler, man. And what the fowlers do, they set traps.
Yep.
Right? And they bait their prey. So anytime this devil do good for you, he's basically just softening you up, man. Because the scriptures say, a gift destroyeth the heart.
Hey, you see, I was saying, so right the 13th chapter, he'll use you twice or thrice to ring you dry. When he has no more use for you, he'll cast you away.
This is Psalms 52 and 2. Thy tongue devises mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thy love is evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Thy love is all devouring words, O thy deceitful tongue.
Right. And just like the Lord's habitation is judgment, the so-called white man's habitation is in lies.
Right, lie, right,
That's
right.
where he thrives at.
Right.
Forging lies. And one of the biggest lies that he's ever told, and one of the smoothest words that he ever gave to you, Negroes like you know at the end, is love, man.
Right.
He loves you.
Right.
Oh, it's all
Yeah.
love.
And I want to get this one too, because it said in Psalms 55:19 that they have no changes. Psalms 58:3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go about as soon as they be born speaking lies.
Right.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the death adder that stoppeth her ear.
Right.
So there's nothing that you can instill in the so-called white man and to get him to see, hey, just stop, man.
That's why the endless debates with Christians is really a waste of time.
Right.
Because Christianity in a
Right.
nutshell is really just so-called white supremacy.
That's it. That's all it is.
Because when you think of Christianity, you think of the image, you think of Esau saying basically, all you got to do is say you believe,
Right.
and then you save. And it absolves the so-called white man of everything he's done to become a nation.
No judgment.
But they're never going to be convinced that this is the truth. The scriptures say the wicked shall not understand. And we no longer need the validation of the so-called white man. 2/3 of our people, they still float around the earth waiting for validation from the so-called white man. Or if he say we are Israelites, then we Israelites. If he say we African-American, we African-American. 2/3 of our people truly trust the so-called white man more than the Heavenly Father.
Hey, I got a quick one. Real quick. In Isaiah 51, because this is the attitude of 2/3 of our people. Isaiah 51:23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as a street to them that went over.
Yeah, the height of Jake's accomplishments is an NBA championship or NFL championship or an Olympic gold medal. That's the height of accomplishment for a Jake, man. That's you're being exploited. And then Esau will give you some symbolic victory to make you feel better.
I got something for you. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 13 and verse 11. It says, affect not to be made equal unto him in talk, and believe not his many words. For with much communication will he tempt thee, and smiling upon thee will get out thy secrets. But cruelly he will lay up thy words, and will not spare to do thee hurt, and to put thee in prison. Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in the peril of thy overthrow. When thou hearest these things, awaken thy sleep. And that's exactly what we on a daily basis. We're walking in the peril of our overthrow, man. You know, the so-called white man uses his words to overthrow people and nations. That's how he overthrew Gad and Reuben. He was doing all that goddamn stuff, and they were falling for it, man. They believed his words, man. And he used that same words to turn right against them. And you see it all the time, how they use Jake words, even in these so-called, these demonic rap songs, man. They use Jake, what's Jake saying these rap songs, turn it against them and put them in prison, man.
That's what it says in Psalm 53. They love all devouring words. You got it.
This is Psalm 55:23. But thou, O God, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee.
And the so-called white man is a bloody, deceitful man as a nation of people. And that reputation is now being added to them. Whereas the so-called white man has walked around the earth pretending to be Superman, pretending to be the symbol of progress and civility, now that covering cast is being taken off. Beginning with our apostles and elders. That's why in every major city, the shaking of the hand and the pointing of the fingers is happening. And it's happening to the average so-called white person. To remind them, you're not exempt, man. As a nation of people, y'all are gonna bear that judgment. Just like the Egyptians, they all bared that judgment. You have some Egyptians in the ancient world that wasn't even in Pharaoh's decision rule to keep the Israelites or to let them go. They were just living their life as Egyptians. But then the Lord brought about a judgment. And as a nation of people, they were judged. The so-called white man as a nation is going to be judged, man.
And just like you said, they should not live out half their days. Your rulership is falling, man. You ain't going to thrive. This kingdom is not going to go for another 250 years, man.
It'll never be great again. It'll never be great again.
He said he will not live out half his days, man. This kingdom is over, man. It's over. Hey, he done lost the information age, man. And that's why it tell you in Revelation 12 and 17, the dragon that's wrought with the woman, right, wrought with our forefather Jacob, and went to make war with the remnant of his seed, man. Why? Because they had a testimony of Yahweh Shai, and they keeping the commandments, man.
Right.
Because all they got left is the sword. Once you expose somebody, and there is no more darkness they can hide, what are they going to do, man? What they got left? We got to kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah, take off the
We got to
mask.
kill these motherfuckers.
Drat and double drat.
Yeah, that's all they got left, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
I got two off the common board. Salvation of the elect.
Again, I'm gonna keep saying it. That's why the elites have been hidden. They have been hid the whole time, man. You see one or two of them somewhere on YouTube. You can pull up an image. If you know their name, you can put, hey, David Rothschild, right? Caesar Borgia, reincarnated. Evelyn Rothschild just passed. David Rockefeller passed. Lord Rothschild. Hey, them niggas is hid, man. They hid, man.
Yeah,
they got to go straight into them bunkers, man.
Hey, and that's a different type of wealth. When you deal with the elite families, their family is rich. So you might know one or two Rothschilds by name, but it's more than one or two Rothschilds in the earth.
Right.
They have the type of wealth where, as a family, all the money's in one pot and they can all eat off of it.
Right.
That's a commonwealth that they share as a Rothschild. Well, the Lord is telling us about our commonwealth as a nation of people. That's coming. That's the kingdom of heaven. That's where the wealth of the nations is going to be translated to Yahweh Shai first and foremost, and the nation of Israel as his joint heirs.
Equally distributed. Equity. You got it.
Yeah, there was because the elites they learned from their past mistakes. Because there was a
Right.
time that they weren't so hidden,
Right.
and people were coming after them.
Exactly. Yep.
Salvation of the elect, 144 and 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
Right. They say they right hand, man. They right hand is the right hand. They right hand is falsehood, man. So if they right hand is falsehood, what's the left?
More, yeah.
Seven abominations.
More treachery.
That nigga got the right hand on the sword. So the right hand, that nigga passing laws. The left hand got the sword, man.
Yeah. A perfect example is the exposing of the U.S. aid,
Right.
the
Yep,
U.S. AID. Now that's set up to give aid to different countries.
Right.
Now when they did the homework on it, they found out that it was funding insurrections. All right, it was funding the LGBTQ community doctrine in other nations. It was funding terrorist groups that were going against somebody that they didn't like. So even his right hand, even his attempt to be charitable is wicked. And this is the son of perdition that the scriptures talk about, man.
Hey, you mentioned the USAID, right? I did a lesson on this the other day. This reads, South Africa has officially suspended all American businesses within South Africa territory and stopped exporting minerals to the United States. This comes just a few days after Donald Trump cut off all funding from the U.S. to South Africa and the U.S. aid to South Africa.
And why is that happening? Because them South Africans is kicking them crackers off of that land that they stole.
Right.
Yep.
And you got Trump saying, oh, that's not fair, that's not right. They stole it. All the wealth is concentrated to the so-called white man in South Africa. And them South Africans don't benefit from it. And now they're taking back the land that was stolen from them, and you got Trump trying to paint them out as the bad guy, which is the so-called white man in a nutshell, protecting colonialism. That's what the whole state of Israel situation is about in a nutshell. Protecting Edomite supremacy.
Yeah, same brother, salvation of the elect, on Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, such as are escaped of the house of Judah,
Beautiful.
shall no more again stay upon him that smote them,
Right.
but shall stay upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, the Holy One of Israel in truth.
Hey, that's the point I want to make dealing with that Revelation 12 and
you get that
17.
NLT?
When it said the dragon is wrong with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. See, Esau already got 2/3, man.
Right.
They do, man. They doped up. They everybody running to True Leaf. They get this chemical marijuana, snorting pills. They do. They want the ones that's talking that shit to them, man.
Right.
That's what they want, man.
Because beginning with our apostles and elders, this is the only place you come to find out who Esau Edom is.
Yep.
Because right now in mainstream media, they'll say, oh, it's the Americans. The Americans are the bad guys.
Right.
Or the West is the bad guys.
Right.
When you come to our apostles and elders and brothers that teach the like-minded doctrine on down, this is when all their crimes get put in one place.
find
And you
out,
hear the judgment for
Right.
what they've done.
And you find out who's controlling
Right.
the American Edomites. And it's the elites behind the scene moving the puppet strings, man.
This way you get the full scope through the spirit. Because Alex Jones can tell you apart.
Yeah.
Scott Ritter might give you a piece of it.
Yeah.
George Salente might give you a part of it.
Glenn Beck,
Glenn Beck, they can give
Richard
you pieces
Wolff.
of the puzzle, but they don't know where it's headed.
Chris Hedges.
That's why the Lord set up the prophets to say, look, this is what's happening and this is where it's headed according to the will of the one you ignorantly call God, man.
Isaiah 10 and 20 in the NLT. In that day the remnant left in Israel,
Right.
the survivors in the house of Jacob, will no longer depend on allies who seek to destroy them.
We will no longer depend on allies who seek to destroy us. And that's what chasing the so-called white man's validation does. It destroys you, man. And that's why he set it up that way. To where every so often you gotta change your proverb and byword.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why you went
yeah.
from colored to Negro. Negro to African American.
Right.
Fucking around with Esau have you chasing your own tail, man, and thinking that you progressing.
Then when you
Go
figure it
ahead,
out, he changed the
Ariel.
rules on you.
Isaiah or Yeshaya chapter 10 verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yeah, Eve can commit adultery on her man and go unscathed, but Jake kill a dog and get 40 years.
Right.
All right, that makes sense.
That nigga big wrong. He's still out here sliding. But Janet Jackson had got with this billionaire, took half of this nigga money, had a baby, dipped out. She's still walking around here freely.
Unrighteous decrees, man. And that's why Esau got to be removed. You got to.
Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment
Israelites,
and to take away the right from the poor of my people,
Israelites.
that widows may be their prey,
Right.
and that they may rob the fatherless.
And we the widows, man. We the fathers. Well, we was fathers. The Lord hid his face, but not no more. That's what Anthony Fauci said. African Americans, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all are vulnerable. So y'all need to drink the Capri Sun first.
Because what the drug war did was it destabilized so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American families. And at that point, most Jakes were born into a home where they don't have a father in the home.
Right.
The feminist movement helped destabilize the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American family. And Esau was able to slide in and be the father figure. Uncle Sam has become the father figure in most Jake households, man.
That's what old the Judite chick said. I don't need no man.
Right.
The government, my baby's father.
Yeah, Uncle Sam, your baby daddy. And that tablet, that's what's raising the kids at this point.
Right.
The iPads and the tablets. And what's being pushed through those iPads and tablets? Witchcraft, man, from Esau.
Yep, that's it.
Verse,
That's why our phone is not good to get your kids, man.
I got one question.
You
about
got it.
witchcraft.
verse 3, and what will ye do in the day of visitation,
Right.
and in the desolation which shall come from far?
Right.
To whom will ye flee for help?
And they walk around with the pen in the right hand and the sword in the left hand, man. So the Lord said, what you gonna do? Who you gonna flee to for help? Just like the Lord mentioned about Moab. I always mention Moab in Jeremiah. He said, give Moab wings. Let me see if they can get away from me. That's the Lord asked Esau. After all the shit you done, woe to him to decree unrighteous decrees.
Right.
In the end, Read it again. Who you gonna flee to for help? You got it.
Verse 3, and
Because
what,
remember, Salakia, it say in Job 11:20 that they don't got no hope. Their hope is give up the ghost.
up the
So where you gonna flee to for help? You got it.
verse 3, and what will ye do in the day of visitation,
Right.
and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help?
Right. You done did all this shit in the earth. You think you finna go unchecked, man? When the Lord said in 2 Corinthians 5:42, he likened his judgment unto a ring, man. The world called it karma. The Lord called it judgment in the Bible, man. It ain't karma, it's judgment. It's justice and judgment. That's what it says in Psalm 89:14. Justice and judgment is the habitation of the Lord's throne, man. So eventually, hey, equity will get spread throughout the earth, man. You got it.
Hey, God, if I may say, because that's why the Heavenly Father stayed on Israel's ass. So
Right.
we don't get what Esau's about to get.
Right.
Right.
That's
That's
the
a,
second Maccabees 6.
that's
Yep.
a beautiful point. There's a reason we went through so many captivities.
Yep.
Because the Lord never let our sins stack up to a point where he could take vengeance. There's a reason Esau was able to become the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, and now the revived Roman Empire that we exist in today. Because the Lord has allowed his sins to stack up to a point of no return. There is no remedy. That's why scriptures say Esau has found no place of repentance. There's nothing that's going to prevent the judgment. The Lord says he's not going to turn back from the judgment he's proclaimed against these Edomites. Whereas we went in and out of captivity, and on paper it looked like we got the worst deal. But in actuality, we got the best deal out of all the families on the earth.
Right.
The Lord checked us in the beginning so that in the end we could reign without end, without ceasing, under Yahweh Shah.
1 Corinthians 4:21. Shall I come to you with a rod
Right.
or in love? Hey, the Lord came with both.
The scriptures say better is the end of a day. It's better that we went ahead and went through the embarrassment, the captivity, all the BS that we done went through. It's better that we went through that now
Right.
so that we could end up in eternity, in the kingdom, reigning forever.
Hey, somebody get that second Maccabees 6, man. You got it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring this out since the brother was just talking about. This is Amos 3:1.
Yep.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
And that's what the Bible is discussing, family business. This don't have nothing to, the Bible don't have nothing to do with no nation outside of the Israelites. Concerning salvation don't have nothing to do with no other nation outside of the Israelites. This is family business. Y'all minding a business that's not y'all's. You Edomites, Vocab Malones, you James Whites, y'all are minding business that is not your own, man. This is family business. When the Lord is speaking, he's speaking to his family.
Hey, what the Lord say? Meddle not in other people's affairs.
This is not your
Stay out of
affair.
our business, man.
When it concerns the king, Yahweh Shah, when it concerns salvation, when it concerns judgment, this is not y'all affair. Y'all not qualified.
Back up on that. This is Jeremiah 31:1.
Stop, man. Stop stealing my precept, man. You know this. I'm holding it right now.
Y'all said stop.
Stop stealing my precept. Stop watching my videos.
Iron sharpening iron.
That's beautiful.
Jeremiah 31:1. At the same time, said the Lord, I will be the God of all the families of Israel,
That's what it's about.
and they shall be my people.
Right. And you see that theme. You see the Lord say that multiple times throughout the scriptures. I will be to them a God and they shall be to me a people. The Lord is only concerned with his family. When you talk about salvation, it's only involving the family that the Lord saved. This is why to this day we're still we're under the curses. If the Lord changed the script up, everybody would be under the curses. Everybody would get a fair shake and everybody would be under the curses.
They asked how to play catch up going through judgment too.
Right. We're
Y'all
alone.
Get to us.
We're alone in the judgment. When you walk in Macy's, you get profiled. When you get pulled over, you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach. Other nations don't have to experience that, man.
Right.
The stereotype, where all of those stereotypes walk in the room before you, and before they even know your name, they already write you off as a criminal or stupid.
Right. We can stand at the ports and watch you bitch count the slave ships with chains on.
Just in case you're
And
saying
that's
God
coming
loves
too.
everybody and all the families of the earth belong to the God because he made them. This is Jeremiah 31:2. Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left to the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest.
Exactly.
Yep, we in the
Okay.
wilderness right now, man. America is the wilderness.
And rest is coming.
Yep, right.
Rest is coming for us as a nation of people.
No one can claim that but us.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody can. The curses, the multiple captivities that happened to one nation on earth. The scriptures say the kingdom of heaven suffered violence.
Yep. The violent took it by force.
We've been waiting, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. We've been waiting multiple captivity, thousands of years, for the moment that we're living in now, man.
Right.
Our forefathers knew about the time we're living in. Our forefathers knew about it when they were drinking wine out of lambskin, and now we're living it. Now we're in the end of Esau's empire.
The big payback.
It's so close you can almost touch it, man.
That wasn't right. Somebody got the second Ezra 6, the second Maccabees 6.
I get it.
Go ahead.
Second Ezra 2 and 13.
Yep.
Go, and ye shall receive. Talk about go do the work.
Yep. Pray for a few days.
Pray for a few days unto you that ye may be shortened.
Yep.
That they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you.
Right.
Watch.
Hey, that's why Yahweh Shah said it in Revelations 3 and what is that, 10, 11. It said, let no man take thy crown. He said, first to say, hold that which thou hast, and let no man take thy crown, man. Because the kingdom already prepared, man. But it said, pray for a few days, and it may be shortened. What Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 24 and 22? Hey, he already shortened the days up. I was just like, damn, man, I was trying to remember.
The weeks go by
Man.
fast.
Yeah.
Man,
The
hey,
weeks go by fast.
well, look at here.
It's true.
The years are going by fast.
Fast, man. The Lord speed the time up, man. Because if not, hey, Esau, everybody's gonna be AI bots, man.
That's right.
And you can tell the seasons don't even hit the same way.
No.
Seasons are short. Like,
Yeah.
You don't have
yeah.
autumn no more.
Yeah.
You go from like summer right into
the
like
extreme.
winter. Yeah.
Bro, this guy,
Yeah.
this fucking guy, the guy that owns Chipotle, this Edomite, this nigga got a vegan shop. Ain't nothing but AI bots in there serving the food, man. The guy that owns Chipotle, man. You got it.
And that's another thing. Our people, they got this mindset that things are gonna get better for them in the future.
Right.
If the Lord don't intervene, it don't get better for you.
It's over, man.
You think Esau's thinking about you when he's creating these technologies and this new society? You think he's thinking about you with a changed mind, with a change of heart? You've already been relegated to second class in the economy. You have no seat at the table as in the economy. Once AI is implemented, most of our people are unskilled workers.
Yep.
Most Jakes got jobs that don't require some kind of certification or degree. So once AI steps in, Esau no longer has need for you. So what do you think his intentions for you are? That's why if the Lord didn't intervene, there would be no flesh left to save, man.
Hey, cause they niggas started with like the insurance company. They got these bots. This motherfucker telling me I can help you with your problem.
Right.
Right.
Hey, I want to talk to a motherfucking agent.
Agent.
Zero.
Jake $0.
Zero.
Agent.
That nigga say I can help you with your problem. Zero.
It's gonna get to a point where you're not even gonna know if you're talking to a human or not.
Yeah.
Like even now they got AI that's starting its own social media profile.
Yep. Right.
A lot of people who be going
Yeah.
back and forth on comment boards on YouTube and Instagram,
fucking
you be
bot.
talking to a bot.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they show commercial of it already.
Yeah. So it don't get easier. All Esau's doing right now is automating oppression.
That's it,
But
man.
one thing is going to happen. It's easy for a black man to be unemployed, not a white man.
No.
Yeah.
That's why he's going to rebel.
Yeah, but they gonna
And then he's gonna implement universal basic income.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these Edomites are unskilled.
Yeah.
That's it.
A lot of these so-called white people are unskilled as well. They got jobs that don't need no degrees too.
Right. They did that with the farmers. So they
Social
bought up all
work.
the farmland.
Right.
They gave them a little. Y'all can just tap into this.
But
Y'all
don't grow nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, they have degrees, but they are unskilled.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're not useful degrees.
Unbelievable.
And Esau really don't need the majority of the population on earth. This is
That's what I
why
was gonna say.
the Georgia Guidestones was a thing.
Yep.
Because he really need to reduce the population for what he has planned.
Planned, yep.
Because once you implement this digital prison, people are going to buck up. But if you can lower the numbers enough, you can still control the revolts.
Hey, that's what I was gonna say. They don't need human resources no more, man. which human resources is people, man. People work. That's what real human resources is, man. These niggas said they got AI bots planting the seeds and harvesting, watching the crops and harvesting the seeds, man. The fruit, whatever it's growing. They don't need human resources, man.
They're making self-driving trucks now. Elon Musk is working on self-driving trucks, full-blown trucks, 18-wheelers.
They're working on the planes now.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't need the pilots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's going to eliminate the majority of the workforce because the majority of people on Earth are
The
unskilled
majority of
laborers.
the
man.
white workforce.
Right, yeah, it's Edomite. Yeah.
Because we're
all
not
of
a part of the workforce.
No, we're not. We're not a part of
They're
none of this shit.
that's
Them
why they're all, if you notice, many closed, many got rid of the federal workers. You see the faces who was crying?
Yeah. Yeah. This was, America was an Edomite system, man. So Jake talk about, I got a right to bear, freedom of speech, a right to bear arms. They didn't apply to you Jakes, man.
Right, you're 3/5 of a human being.
Right. Now, cause you got a license to go get you a scrap, you think, oh, I'm a patriot, I'm an American citizen. No, the fuck you not.
I'm the man.
They just playing you dumb niggas, man.
And now they playing their own people.
Right. The Lord, Michael 2:10 say, this is not our rest, man.
Right.
Why you niggas want to be joined to the so-called white man so fucking much in this Constitution, them niggas finna throw that Constitution in the trash, man.
When they implement that martial law.
Right, that's what I was finna say, right.
Yeah.
And they already getting around the Constitution when you look at social media. Social media are private entities. These are companies. So they can choose to not have freedom of speech on their platform.
It's already there, man.
Which
You
is
can't-
why they can take your channel down and they can take your post down. Because they don't have to abide by the Constitution.
Nope.
Right.
YouTube don't have to abide by freedom of speech. You say something that they don't like, they can pull it off because they're a private company. That's why scriptures talk, well, when you look at what's going on, it's a technocracy.
Yep.
It's a world ruled by technology. And most of these technology companies are private entities. So they can make their rules as they go.
They band together. They band together to keep. That's why Yahweh Shah said, go to the highways and hedges, man. To the streets and lanes. Hey, cause even if it wasn't no fucking internet, hey, the Lord had to set up what brothers to come in and be out here, man.
And then we got past a whole lot of stuff.
Yep. That's what Elon doing right now. You got it. You speak on it.
Well, this is
Go ahead,
Proverbs.
speak on it, bro.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that technocracy, they got the perfect person set up who bypassed voting, bypassed everything you have to do to get a public office.
Right.
This guy Musk done bypassed it.
And he talk like he a goddamn bot.
Right.
You got it.
And if you notice, so like the president is like the king of this domain, right? Well, Elon would be his right hand, the hand. If y'all
hand
watch
of the
like
king.
the hand of the king, and he's talking about
That's what he's doing.
draconian laws, man,
Right.
taking away the brother was going into it. You know,
Well, not only
he
that.
paid $250 million to be there though.
Well, not only that, he's charged of building those starships, okay, to deliver the elites in that day of destruction.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they're going in and they're cutting here, cutting there, taking the money, because Elon's not going to use all his money to fund it. So everything he's getting the subsidies from the government to do this, and that's his responsibility. He's charged in making those spaceships to deliver the elites.
Now look
But
at this.
Not only that, this is why they gave him that agency Doge.
I got it right here.
You got it. All right.
Let me read this. Let me read this because you said that. Habakkuk 2:9. Woe to him that coveteth and evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of the evil. So this is them taking back from the people so they can build a starship, they nest, so they can leave America or leave the earth so they can hide from the Lord, man.
So there's nowhere to run.
There's nowhere to run.
shelter, nowhere to hide.
Right.
You brought it out a while back. That movie Elysium, where they built that city
Yeah.
in the sky above the earth.
Yeah.
And basically all the peons was down here getting radiation affection
The
and
savages.
shit. Yeah, the savages.
Well, that's part of that.
Useless eaters.
That's a part of that secret society. One of their beliefs is that they will rise from the ashes as a phoenix.
Yeah.
So they'll destroy all of this, and then they'll start a new system where they're the overlords, basically.
Right.
And this is why
the AI and the technology is so important because Esau needs that as a vehicle to play God on earth. If he has the AI and everybody's tapped into the AI system, there's no way you can go, there's no transaction you can make without him being aware of it.
Right.
And that's why they're setting up the grid for a digital oppression. It's a digital version of Rome.
And these motherfuckers, bro, that damn real ID shit,
Yep.
by May 7th, if you don't got you one, hey, your ass is grounded. And that's that, when they say a man says to want to go to another city should not be able. If you don't have a real ID by May the 7th, you can't take a flight from Mississippi to Florida, from Georgia to goddamn South Carolina, man. Then what you gonna do?
Most of them gonna take it.
Well, this why you see
Right. So what the point I want to make is that's conditioning the people for the sea hill.
Con.
To accept it.
It's conditioning the people, just like drinking the juice was. Who gonna take it? Let me see how many of these dummies really gonna take this juice. And half of the planet took it. 90% of the people took it. Okay.
I was gonna say that's why you got them all this shit with the airlines too. These close calls on these planes and everything. They trying to discourage
Yeah.
air travel.
That's
man.
fear.
Exactly.
Promoting fear, man.
If I make it this is
Conditioning
song.
through gradualism, promoting fear, man. Hey, just take the sea hill, man. It's gonna be better. You don't gotta tote your wallet. A man gotta have his wallet. A woman don't gotta have her purse. You just free to go. And you can just tap right into virtual reality. You can just escape your real life and just go go play Grand Theft Auto 5. You got it.
Hey, they had them commercials back in the late '90s and the early 2000s. Back when people were still watching VHS or whatever, they had this guy in this trench coat, like he was in the store just grabbing stuff, sticking it in the coat, looked like he was stealing stuff.
That was the Amazon store.
And he would just walk out, and
Right.
it just charged his card, like charge his account or
Just
whatever.
scan everything on his person,
Yeah.
stuff like
They
that.
redid it with the Amazon store.
And they're gonna paint it as convenience.
And if you notice, if any of y'all go to the package stores like Sam's Club or whatever, when you go, they still got the person at the door checking the receipt right now, but they done put these big ass scanners through.
Face recognition.
They got face recognition, but the scanners, when you push your cart through there, it scan everything in your
everything.
cart, man. So soon, them people at the door is gonna be obsolete.
Yeah, they gonna need them. Yeah.
Hey, when I went up north last year, and we would go to certain grocery stores, they would have the robots, like the driving around. 'Cause I haven't seen that here.
The clean ones, the little
Yeah,
like
you could
Zamboni
ask them
shit.
questions, and they would, hey, how are you?
Oh, I ain't seen that shit.
Need
Yeah,
assistance, stuff
kiosk,
like
they
that.
call them and things.
I seen the ones cleaning, like the
So
little
they're
automated.
really driving around the stores and asking people if you need help, this and that, assistance. Because I haven't seen that here, so that was
Hey,
good.
'cause when you go to that word mark, right? When you go to Karate, go to the word grapho, which is to write, man. It's getting written down, man. So it went from a phone to like the BlackBerry, right? Then you need a SIM card to go in there to hold more data, more storage. The shit getting smaller, man. And they showed you that with the fucking SIM card. This little ass card hold all this shit. If your phone don't got that much room. Now, hey, everything getting smaller, man. It's getting written down like on the chip, your everything, your medical, right? Your history of your medical, your money, your address, all that shit on there, man. Your whole life.
Then they got these big ass data banks called the cloud. They go back to these servers.
Right.
And they just store all your information on there. Like y'all was saying, that AI just create algorithms, man.
Yeah, these
and all
motherfuckers, right?
the smart bits and all that shit.
So you get a camera, like you get a camera for your house if you want a camera, whatever. Like the little doorbell ringer camera.
Yeah.
Right? So they got, you gotta get another part of that, but you gotta pay a subscription, right? It's a subscription you gotta pay every month. Now that subscription, tap them motherfuckers right into your shit. Without the subscription, somebody ring your doorbell, it show them for that second, then it go off. But if you tapped into it, the subscription, it'll keep the whole shit running. So that means the government can watch your shit.
Yep.
Now they know who going in and out your house,
Yeah.
just like you going in and out the grocery store, carbon footprint. They know where you went at, you went to work, you went home, you went to the grocery store, when you got to work, when you went home, all that shit. Oh,
You a patriot? Oh, that nigga would have bought him AR today. He got 2 clips. He bought like 200 cases of bullets. All that shit, man. This is what Esau want. But you still got niggas talking about the MOTB, the mark of the beast, ain't the sea hill, man. But what the fuck is showing us that it is?
Man.
What other option is it? But niggas like getting tracked. These niggas tracked this dude to his crib. Nigga pulled out a rocket launcher on them niggas, man. Esau trying to eliminate all that shit, man. You ain't gonna have nothing. What Carl Schwab said, you ain't gonna have nothing and you gonna love it, man.
Right.
This is Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee,
Right.
which frameth mischief by law?
Because this is his end goal. His end goal is to make this whole system so digitized and automated that he don't even have to, it's hands-free.
You don't gotta do shit. Yep.
It's gonna self-check, it's gonna check wherever you go, cut him off. Whatever he say, cut him off. React like this. That way it automates oppression. And it's not just Israelites that they trying to oppress, they trying to oppress everything. Everything that ain't them.
Right. And China like that right now, man.
Right.
China is like that right now, 100%, man. Ain't nobody on YouTube in China bringing the word out, man.
Nah. Guys end up in one of them camps.
Yeah.
No name. You're John Doe in a camp with a with a matching pair of shirt and khakis.
And the Lord got it set up that way for a reason, man. Hey, cause they already in line. Everything is already set, man. Your ass just sitting, waiting for the guillotine, man. Or waiting to take that sea hill.
Hey, you know, if America was banning certain stuff on TikTok, we couldn't have access to it over there. You know, China ain't got access to a whole lot of stuff.
Right. Russia do that shit too.
Yeah.
And the Lord showing us
That censorship.
The Lord showing us with those countries, man. This is what Esau trying to do to Babylon, man.
Coming to a city near you.
Yeah.
That's why really the Lord set up freedom of speech so the word could come out.
Right. Yep.
And then once the elect is sealed, at that point the Lord can famine the word. And all the pieces are already in place to just pull off the word from off the wipe the word off the net, man. And that's gonna bring in that famine of the word, man. You got one up?
No, I was just going.
You got somebody else?
That's the
You holding?
Revelation 13 and verse.
Hey, get the Revelation 11:18.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. And notice how I didn't mention the middle class. Because we've seen that going back to 2020. Up to this point, we were doing away of the middle class.
Right.
For people to control.
Right.
It says free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Oh, could you start at 15?
Verse 15. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
And there's two definitions for that kill, man.
I got it.
One mean you're gonna be omitted, and the other mean you could be killed. But being omitted, they showed you the movie, with
Demolition Man.
Yeah, they showed you that, man. That being omitted means you're gonna be left out, man.
If I may say, because the point being, it's a system that's being set up.
Right.
It's the point that I wanted to
That
get.
is the image.
In verse 16, it said, and he causeth all. And that's been broken down a million times. That word going into to set up or to make ready. His brother was talking about, what we've seen over the decades. At one point in time, everyone was walking around, before you had debit cards, credit cards, things of that nature. Everyone had cash, coins, and throughout time that was phased out, and even more so to fast forward, again, going back to 2020, 2021 when they started, opening things back up, we've seen all these things with these QR codes, scanner codes, and things of that nature. It goes to show you overnight how, a way of living could be
overnight
changed, literally overnight.
Access was shortened too. Like any more 24-hour stores like that, you got Waffle House and maybe a couple CVS's or something like that, maybe Walgreens. That's it.
Shop online.
Yeah, man. And you thought Walmart was cheap Amazon cheaper than a motherfucker, man. You get their whole life on Amazon, man.
Now, when you go into Revelation 13 and 15, the Greek word for killed is apokteno, and it says to kill in any way, whatever.
Yep.
When you go into the root word, it's apo, and it says of separation.
Right.
So it says that you can be killed. It's not just talking about a physical death. You can also be separated from the system. And if you're not tapped in, if you don't have a way to access your money or access to food or buy and sell, if you don't have access to it, in essence, you are killed.
And that right. And it goes. This one is omitted. And then it goes to when you that links with the 2 Corinthians 4 when it said we are distressed, right? We are despised, persecuted but not forsaken. That word in 2 Corinthians 4.
Huh? You want to get it?
Yeah, get it from me in the blue letter. What's the word is again? No. 2 Corinthians 4 and 8.
Perplexed.
Perplexed. Get that word.
So 2 Corinthians 4 and 8, the word perplexed.
Go ahead and read it up.
Definitions for perplexed.
Another reason how you know that word apo means separated is when you go into other scripts in the Bible, mainly when Yahweh Shai is talking about the lost sheep. That word lost in the Greek, when you go to that in the root, the word there is apo, which is the root word that the brother was bringing out.
So the definitions for the word perplexed: to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at loss with oneself, be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do, to be perplexed.
Yep. Now get the word perplexed. Oh yeah, the strong definition in there.
The Strong's definition,
Yep.
it says to have no way out.
Right, that's it. So either you're gonna play Esau game or you ain't. And if you don't play the Lord, you don't play Esau game, then you ain't gonna have nothing, man. So that's what the Lord is showing, because it said we were persecuted but not forsaken, cast down, right? So that goes into that word, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
go
I
back
got
to the
one.
Revelation. Yeah.
And back in Isaiah 10,
I got one real quick. Going into that point, the brothers is making that Esau is trying to control life itself, by controlling the resources. This is Ecclesiastes 39 and verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil. And Esau is trying to turn all the principal things for man's life into evil.
Yeah, right.
He's trying to control the resources, how people buy, how people sell, which is an essential to life.
Yep.
You can't live without buying some form of resource, water, food, clothing, housing. Right. He's trying to control these different avenues of resources, which is him essentially trying to control life itself, which goes into 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter.
Yep,
It says, he wants to be as God.
Yep, I was just finna say that, bro. That show you they know they believe in the Lord, man. Because they know the Most High control everything, man. Mm-hmm. So this is what they trying to do.
Yeah.
You got it.
They're trying to control every facet of life, which is what they tried to do in 70 AD.
Right.
When they besieged Jerusalem. They set that siege on Jerusalem and controlled those resources and basically made Jake starve out and made them bend to their will.
Hey, and that's what Salakia, and that's what this halftime show with this dumbass nigga was about. Hey, you don't play our game, ain't gonna be no game.
Right.
That's what that was about, man. 70 AD, the brother, man, you got it, bro.
And now we're entering into a new form of siege. They aren't going to siege you by physically laying hold on your city. The siege is happening now, first and foremost through the internet, like the brother was speaking about, are taking away that freedom of speech, taking away your avenue of media, your avenues to watch different sources of news.
You have to get truth.
They get the truth, they're taking that away, so the only thing that you see is the propaganda that they put out.
Yep.
Next, they're going to control the resources. They're going to control the water sources, the food sources. And after that, it's going to come second after 15 chapter. They're going to actually lay hold on the cities, to where you're going to desire to go into another city and you won't be able. In a modern day siege is what's happening right now. The so-called white man is slowly starting to lay hold on all the resources on the earth to control these people and bend them to his will.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to get people that willingly take the chip. Think about, hell, shit, I'm trying to eat. Let me go ahead and get this because I'm starving, my family's starving. Let's go ahead and do it. And that's his whole MO. But the Lord gave us, an insight into the mindset of our enemy, which is one of the biggest superpowers that we have. We have what is that? Telekinesis. Telekinesis, man. We have foresight into our enemy's mindset. How this devil thinks has already been laid out in the scriptures.
Yep.
So we already have a leg up. The eyesight.
The pineal gland has been decalcified.
Right.
What's to come, and it's happening already. Rainwater. You're not allowed
Catch it, right.
to catch it.
Right.
Rainwater. And what's going to happen? All those who have wells.
I actually did that with a horse.
Where I live, I have wells. They're going to come down with a law.
Yeah.
That will not have any well.
Yeah.
Hey,
They got control. They got control.
Yeah, you got to convert to the city.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
it will be.
And they will mandate how much water I use.
Yeah, of course. They're doing that now. It's called carbon footprint.
Yeah.
In today's society, though, if you allow the average Israelite to collect rainwater, they'll kill themselves. Because a lot of this rainwater has so
Poison.
many chemicals in it
And metals.
that it metals, it's going to kill you.
That's
You
the
have to
green.
know how to make a distillery and distill the water. But that's not common knowledge in today's society, man. People don't know how to purify water, make purified water source. That's not things Esau teaches you because he wants you to come to him for the one of all things. So vast majority of people don't know how to hunt and cook their own food. The dresser, you catch a deer, how you gonna dress it? How you gonna cut it open? How you gonna? Most people don't know how to do that.
skin it. You can skin it on the ground.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, man.
Right.
You got to be hanging from the feet down, man.
And then when it comes to seeds, people don't know how to glean seeds.
Yep.
They buy seeds out of the store, which have already been polluted by GMOs, by Monsanto,
Right.
and these different companies. So even when it comes to the seeds that people think they grow on their own plants, you didn't go out and get the seeds from the actual plant itself.
Right.
You got it from a company. So that resource itself is taken away as well, man.
Yeah.
So Esau essentially he's
Searched out iniquity.
He
Here
searched
comes
out
a
iniquity,
diligent
man.
search.
He's a very cunning devil. That's why the scriptures call him a cunning hunter, man.
Right.
Not just in the field, but when it comes to the souls of men, he hunts the souls of men.
Yeah, because to land back your point, going back to it's because you have Jakes out there. Well, what if they strap me down and force me to take the sea hill? You gotta understand, it's not of Esau. It's how much more
Right. That ain't according to prophecy.
It's going to be a thing of a willing mind.
Right.
Ultimately, the Lord wants to see who's going to willingly take it.
Hey,
Or
cause
not.
look, beautiful, making the point, right? About the real ID by if you don't get the real ID by May 7th, then you can't catch flights. Your ass willfully going to say, man, I need to get this. Cause I want to fly. Hey, that's on your own, man. What it say that they are forcing, not forcing, they I forget the word it said.
Conditioning?
No. It was something else they used in the article when I used it. But it was kind of like forcing. But it's willing. And so when you still willing, you gotta, either you want to fly or you
Right,
don't, or you
right.
want to drive. It's still willing.
Right.
No, it was something
No,
else.
like compel
Persuade,
you,
persuade.
compel you, persuade.
I forget. I think what it meant.
Well, yeah,
Go
because the
ahead, go
scriptures
ahead.
do say, morning to that hour
Oh,
of visitation.
enforce it.
Okay.
In the article it said they enforcing you to get the Real ID Act by May 7th, or you can't catch domestic flights. They enforcing it.
And travel is another form of a resource. Sometimes you have to travel in order to, some people have to travel for work purposes, some
Right.
people travel,
Right.
for family purposes, different purposes to live. You know, essentially we're pilgrims on the earth. Our people are known for traveling.
Right.
You know, Esau's shutting that whole thing down, and he's confining you to a city.
Yep.
And that's why, you know, you have this whole thing going on with these 15-minute cities. You know, Esau is trying to engineer to where everything is within your vicinity, like New York. You got food, transportation, housing, whatever it is, all within 15 minutes of itself. So you can track, trace, and do whatever you want to do easily.
And that's why they building, everywhere you look up, they building
building.
new shopping plazas.
Yeah.
We got a Chinese spot in there, a nail shop, a Walmart right there, a Am Scott, all that, man.
You gotta
the damn the coal, not the coal, the lumber store, the Home Depot, the Lowe's, they all right there together. For that 15 minutes, shit, man, you gotta
ask yourself, why is a state like Florida, or any state for that example, Texas itself too, why are these cities so congested, man? There's so much land within these prospective states that there's no reason for anybody to be over top of each other or for all these buildings to be so close.
Isaiah 5.
Right.
Yep.
Join
Oh,
house
the
to
hill that
house.
join house to
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this. There's no reason for a city to be congested. But the reason for that is because he's trying to do like China. China cities are stupid congested.
15-minute city.
And 15-minute cities.
Everything
They got,
3 minutes away.
I think they say they have 300 cameras to each person.
Yeah.
Esau got to get the grid down first. And this is why he's setting up that infrastructure to get the grid down. Because once he's in control of the grid, and Esau's going to use hoarding the resources. Right now he's hoarding the resources to manufacture a famine. Because once he's able to manufacture the famine, and I was just, I can bring it out real quick. Same thing happened in Egypt when there was a famine with Joseph. All right, this is
Genesis 47 and 18. It says, when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. My Lord also has our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our land. And this is the Egyptians talking to Joseph during the famine. They said, look, we done gave you everything. All we got now is our body and our land. And it says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us in our land for bread, and we in our land will be servants unto Pharaoh. Give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph bought all the lands of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. And Esau's, a page out of the blueprint, Esau's going to use the same type of playbook. He's going to manufacture a famine so that you can't buy or sell your basic necessities unless you take that chip.
And again, because like you said earlier, it's going to be a thing of a willing mind. But make no mistake about it, everyone's going to be forced to make a decision. That we're all going to be forced to do.
They enforcing the decision.
Yeah. Because it tells you in Revelation about the hour of temptation, and everyone's going to be tried. Everyone, every man, woman, and child is going to be forced to make a decision. But you're not going to be forced to take it.
Yeah, and that's going to reveal your allegiance. That's the true mask off moment. That's the true line in the sand.
Because we all live in Babylon, man. You know, we all are citizens of Babylon. So that means that as Babylon is being destroyed, we're going to go through all these things, man. You know, the scriptures don't speak about any type of rapture to where you're going to get called up into the sky and you don't have to go through anything. You know, the scriptures speak about Jacob's trouble, you know, and enduring to the end.
Matter of fact, get Acts 14:22. So the Lord confirmed, it says, the Lord confirmed, read that.
Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples.
Confirming the souls of the disciples, go ahead.
And exhorting them.
And exhorting them that what?
To continue in faith.
Right.
And that we must, through much tribulation.
That we must, through much tribulation, what?
Enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Now
right.
get Matthew 24, get Matthew 24 and 29. So this say, through much tribulation, shall we enter to the kingdom. Lord willing, we good at that elect number. Read that.
Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately.
Immediately. When?
Immediately after the tribulation.
After the tribulation. So that means we got to be here to go through it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Those days shall be, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened.
Right.
And the moon shall not give a light.
And the sun going to be darkened from the mushroom cloud. missiles destroying America. Go ahead.
And the stars shall fall from heaven,
Right, the stars talking about the missiles that's gonna get shut off from Russia and Iran. Go ahead.
and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
The powers are talking about those who control the earth.
Right.
Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Right, we're gonna see the Lord in the sky. Go ahead.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Right, so everybody gonna be mourning. At that point, when you see the Lord, your ass in repentance, it's too late. Go ahead.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming
Right.
in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
The clouds is talking about the chariot. What the world called UFO, spaceship, the Bible is known as chariots. Go ahead. They showed you the movie Independence Day. Go ahead.
And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet.
Right.
And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Now it said immediately after the tribulation. Right? It said the Lord gonna send his angels to gather the elect. So what happened to the rapture? It said immediately after the tribulation. So that means they had to go. They said he gonna send his angels to gather the elect after the tribulation. Why they ain't get raptured out of here? Where's the rapture scripture at? It's not there, man. Christianity lied to us, man. Go ahead.
I got one for you.
Go ahead, bring it.
So 1 Peter 1:6, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. And we all have to go through a trial of faith, man. You know, which means that trial period is going to come through Jacob's trouble, all right, the mark of the beast being implemented, and World War III, enduring it to the end. Because like the brother was reading, you know, immediately after the tribulation is when the Lord is going to reveal himself, man. You know, so we have to endure, Lord willing, until that end, man.
That tribulation is going through Jacob's trouble, man. Get wait, read what you got, bro.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down.
That's what's gonna happen, man. The Lord's gonna make the earth empty, man. America, Babylon, is gonna be empty, man. Go ahead.
Hey, if I may say this, and it's already countries out here that are being made empty as we speak. That's a reality for people out here today. This isn't a foreign concept, man. This is something that's actually happening right now as we speak. Right now it's a bomb. A nigga just stepped on a landmine right now. 30 minutes ago, a nigga probably got decimated by a bomb that fell out the sky, man. People are being made desolate as we speak, man. It's over 10 major famines right now. I looked it up last week. It's over 10 major famines happening in these different countries, man. They literally starving to death, and it says in Lamentations that starvation is the worse than falling by the sword, man. So these, like what the brother is reading, it's no foreign concept. And when it comes to America, it's going to be even greater than what you see in these other countries, man.
When they get to America, it's going to be perfect, man. What the Lord is doing, when the Lord says he's going to smite evil plagues as before, in 2 Corinthians 15, the Lord is testing all these plagues out around the world and countries, man. So when they get to America, when they knock on your door, it's going to be perfect, man. Yeah. And you ain't, like I said, Amos 5:18, you ain't going to be able to escape it. Because it's going to be a perfect, hey, whatever it is, whatever calamity happens, in America, it's going to be perfect, man.
Right. Diseases without no cure.
Right.
You know, like pestilences with no cure. It's going to be newly created diseases, man.
Right, yep. Like, Isaiah 47, it talks about when the destruction comes to America, it's going to be in her perfection. So when the calamity hit, hey, these people, 2/3, it's going to be a perfect calamity, man. You ain't going to be able to escape it. That's what Amos 5:18 goes into it. Yep. You ain't going to be able to escape it, man. You got it.
Hey, the teeth of wild, newly created beasts.
Right.
There's going to be new animals out here the Lord got created to ravish these people, man. It's going to be newly created ways of death. Esau creating lasers, man.
Right.
They got them, the sound one? The sound cannon. The sound cannon, man.
That's just what we know about.
Behold,
The dude in the Captain America movie, right? Nigga turned the shit, That nigga hard.
Yeah.
He turned that bitch out, nigga hard fuck. Esau got that, man.
Yeah.
Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down,
Right.
and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof.
And who the Lord using to do that? Hey, get Isaiah 29:16. Who the Lord using to do that, man? Those that control the resources, man. He used them to do it. Read this.
Isaiah 29:16.
Now remember it said the Lord in Isaiah 24:1, the Lord making the earth empty, right? Making it waste and turning it upside down. So read this.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
It says, surely your turning things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Who is the potter? It's the Most High. Who is he using? He's using the elites to do this, man. They the ones that control the resources. Go ahead.
But shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
No, the Lord doing it. And it says in the Psalm 17:13 that the elites is the sword of the Lord, man.
Right.
That's what we read Amos, Isaiah 10:1. Woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees. They the one that's doing this, man.
Right. And that's why the scope has to be, the scopel has to be put on the elites. You know, the controllers of the resources, because people only follow after incentives, man. They're only going to follow after what's incentivized. If you give them an incentive to do something, you put money in front of their face and tell them, if you do this for me, you have X amount of money.
Yeah.
Or you can have X amount of access to these resources. That's what they're going to do.
Yep.
So you have to put the scope on those who are controlling the resources, because they're the reason why everybody's acting the way they're acting. It says in Sirach, the 10th chapter, as the king of the people is, so are the people. As the king is, so are the people, man.
It's Romans 13:4 in the NLT. It says the authorities are the Most High servants, sent for your good. But if you are doing wrong, of course you should be afraid, for they have the power to punish you. They are the Most High servants, sent for the very purpose of punishing those who do what is wrong.
Right. And the Lord set up these rulers, you know, to serve the Lord's purpose. Ultimately, these Vanderbilts, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Oppenheimers, ultimately they serving the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They are set in place to mismanage the resources. That's why the Lord set them up, to mismanage the planet Earth.
And it said those that do wrong, right? And to teach this truth is doing wrong in the society, man. That's why it says there's a man an offender for a word.
Yeah. Because the word of truth goes against everything that Esau has established. He's established this kingdom upon lies, upon rape, robbery, and murder. That's how America was founded. So when you do anything, when you say things contrary to that foundation, it's like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter, go against education. You know? And the way that they've educated people in this world is through wickedness, lies, and deceit. Right.
Hey, I could hold down all the statues. Robert E. Lee and this other guy.
Booker
what's his name? They had Gad and Theodore Roosevelt took down the statue. The only nobody remember what Theodore Roosevelt did when he crumpled the northern and southern kingdom of Israel.
And it goes to show you where they at with their mindset, is because at one point in time, those statues were a representation of how proud they were, man.
Right.
They put that up to mock you Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians. But they're taking it down because now that mocking is turning into their shame. Like, oh shit, you know, we need to take this down before they really revolt.
But when it's taken down over time, people forget about it. People forget about that, man. What Andrew Jackson did to the Indians, man.
Taking down them statues wasn't a favor to the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. It was them playing the long game to erase their legitimacy.
Right.
Because it's hard to paint yourself as a good guy with the type of history the so-called white man has.
He does that in the book of Obadiah, how his pride has deceived him. You know, Esau, he's bragged about, and he's put it out there, about what he did to our people. Now it's coming back to bite him in the head.
They put it in the movies, man. They show you.
And they also wrote down history that we're reading. And we can't tell our story without mentioning these bastards.
Right.
Neither in the Arabs, okay,
Right.
Iraqis, the Indians, okay, East Indians, the Chinese, the Japanese.
Yep.
No one can tell the true history without mentioning this bastard. Because he has afflicted everyone in this earth.
Yep. Let's get reading that. Go ahead, go ahead.
Isaiah 24, verse 2. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priests.
Hey, we all had to follow. Hey, when it was said we had to go to Israel for the one of all things. So we all had to follow the way of those that's in power, man. You got it?
As with the servant.
Oh, your brother, you mentioned Ecclesiastes. It say, as the king is, so is the people. You got to read that whole thing.
Ecclesiastes 10:1, a wise judge will instruct his people,
Right.
and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself,
Right.
so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Right. You tell you in Proverbs 29 and 12, if the king hearken the lies, all his servants are wicked. You got it.
And it shall be as with the people, so with the priests,
Right.
as with the
And
servant.
who controls religion? Who is the priest? Every denomination of Christianity came out of the Roman Catholic Church. So that's read that again from the top, bro.
And it shall be as with the people,
Yep.
so with the priests.
Everybody had to flock. And the Lord said it. You had to go to your enemy. In Deuteronomy 28, the curses of the Israelites. The Lord said we had to go to the enemy for the one of all things. Right? It said food, thirst, and nakedness, which is food, clothes, and water. It said, and the one of all things, that's transportation, housing, work, schooling. And he was going to do what? Put a yoke of iron on our neck. So we had to go to them for the one of all things. So, but now, what happened to the Israelites happened to the whole planet. Because of democracy, constitution, right? Their policies, their draconian measures. Go ahead, one more time.
And it shall be as with the people, so with the priests,
Right?
as with the servant.
They destroyed them with Christianity, man. From the priest, from the Roman Catholic Church. Go ahead.
As with the servant, so with his master.
As with the servant, so with his master. Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, Haitian, we had to do what the Lord said, you don't want to serve me, you're going to serve your enemies. That's what the Lord told us. So that's what we've been at. So read that one line again.
As with the servant.
It's Deuteronomy 28 and 47.
Yep.
Deuteronomy 28:47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness
Right.
and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee,
Right.
in hunger,
Food,
and in thirst,
water,
and in nakedness,
clothes,
and in want of all things.
transportation, housing, work, schooling. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And he destroyed us mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, Haitian, but the Lord did it. So we sinned against the Lord. This is what the Lord told him when we came out of Egypt. And he said, he told Moses, when you die, Israel going to rebel against me. And this is what I'm going to do to them. He said, I'm going to send them in captivity on slave ships. And you're going to worship, he said, what did he say? You're going to worship God whom your father knew not. He tell you in Deuteronomy 32 and 17, we worship new gods who came newly up. Jesus Christ is a new God we never knew. Go ahead, bro.
With the servant, as with the servant, so with his master.
And who changed the names of the Most High, his son? The Jew Nazareth, man. They created dots and dash called vowel points, and they changed the name of the Lord, man. That's how you get Yahweh and Jehovah, Yahshua and Yeshua. Those are the names of the Most High and his son, man. Even Paul told you that the Messiah spoke to him in the Hebrew tongue. Jehovah and Yahweh is not Hebrew. That's that Yiddish shit that these people came up that's in our land, man. Go ahead.
As with the servant, so with his master. As with the maid, so with her mistress.
Right, so it said as the servant, as with the master, the maid, as with the mistress, right? Our women, what do they do? What do they give our women to play with when they was young? White baby dolls. As with the maid, so with the mistress. Our women today love to get their hair blonde. They They love that. Go ahead.
As with the buyer, so with the seller.
Who was the first woman in the workplace in America? The white woman. And then they let the Negro, Latino woman come in. As with the maid, so with the mistress. As with the servant, so with the master, man. But the Lord did this to us because we sinned against the Lord. Go ahead.
As with the buyer, so with the seller.
Who control the banks? Did it say we gotta go to the end for the one of all things? Where we get our car from? Our clothes, our food. Everything goes back to the so-called white man. No matter, you can't get around it. Go ahead.
So with the seller, as with the lender.
Right. Who lend us money? Well, most of us, Negro children, they ain't even get no loan. If it is, it's got a high interest rate on that bitch. Go ahead.
As with the borrower, so with the borrower.
Right.
As with the taker of usury,
Right.
so with the giver of usury to him.
Right. And who's doing the usury? Those that control the banks, man. And the Lord says the law, you're supposed to charge usury on your brother. Hey, so-called white man, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, we came out of the same father, Isaac. Why are they charging us usury? Who are you trying to get loans? Anyway.
Thank you. Thank you
Out of
for
all
your
of that,
wisdom.
we the closest relatives,
Thank
man.
you. God bless you.
But look how they do us, man. Look how they do us, man. But then you got Edomites say, man, we all, you know, we froze, we Christ, we all being red. Oh, nigga, my shit blue. Fuck you. Go ahead. Right, before the wound get open. Right, it's blue, right? That's what I was told. Go ahead.
The land should be utterly empty and utterly spoiled. For the Lord has spoken his word.
Right. And because, give me real quick, get Hosea 4:1. Because the so-called white man does not teach you right, our brother, our uncle,
You need to treat your brother like a brother.
right, our uncle, go ahead, he's the one, man. And now everybody pointing fingers at the elites, man. Because now we found out, hey, through the Holy Spirit, through the Lord giving us our spiritual fathers and uncles, man, do we know, hey, it's you. Read that.
Hosea 4:1.
Yep.
Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel. For Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Who control the earth now? Esau, man. So the Lord got to control with you, man. It ain't with us no more. It's with you. Go ahead.
Because there is no truth.
Look, because what?
There is no truth.
Who's hiding truth? Those that forge lies. Go ahead.
No mercy.
They don't show no mercy. That's the James 2:13. Right? And it ain't showed you night. You got niggas tell me, oh, see, I got the done, niggas. Like, bro. I got a 15 extra minute lunch break. So now you can eat some food. Go ahead.
Nor knowledge of God in the land.
But who is the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah? The elites did, man. They the one that control language. Didn't it say the infamy of the education? Wisdom of Solomon 2? They control language, man. They control schooling, the curriculum. Go ahead.
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing.
What does this do? You go to court, he make you swear on the Bible, put the Bible away, then he judge you for the people. Read that again from the top, bro. Yeah.
Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel. For Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
The Lord like, hey, it ain't with you no more. It's with the Edomites. Go ahead.
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
Right, and it applies to us first. When you read in Psalm 55, King David said, all there in the city, strife and guile, man. Go ahead.
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery.
That was Jay. That applies to us first. Go ahead.
They break out, and the blood touches blood.
Go ahead.
Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish.
Babylon is great for the language, man. It said everybody here want to mourn, man. Hey, we mourning right now. Everybody's going to mourn. And it's going to be a vengeful mourning, man. Cause that sorrowful mourning that you should be a part of right now, no, you're gonna have a fucking vengeful mourning.
Pains.
Right. The same shall know after death by pain, man. Go ahead.
Had that Tom and Jerry sound on it.
Right.
With the beasts of the field.
Right. It said everybody's gonna languish with the beasts of the field. Why? Because there's no knowledge of the Most High, no truth. It said, and they don't show no mercy.
Yes.
So you ain't gonna get shown no mercy. A bonfire is terrifying, man. It ain't gonna be wood, it's gonna be people.
By the time that 1,000 years up,
They gonna wanna go through, yeah. Throw me in the fight.
Yeah.
Baba, stop.
Chains and all.
With the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven.
Right.
Yeah, and the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away.
What the Lord doing? He's taking away, he said the beasts of the field, he's taking away the fowls of heaven, and the fish. Everything's contaminated now, man. They can eat salmon, that shit got octopus in that shit. Everything is defiled, man. The chicken, the turkey, nigga burning down processed plants, food, processed plants. This nigga talking about the cows fart too much, so they get rid of the Angus beef, create lab-grown steaks. The Lord said it. The Lord said He's gonna take away the stay in, the stay out, the whole stale bread, and the whole stale water. Man. So if you don't have, hey, the real food, the what Job says, Job 12, I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the spirit of thy time. Man. And the fear of the Lord is his treasure. These niggas going by regular food. Fuck that, man, because that ain't gonna save you, man. Yeah, that was
This is Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
right. So called white man, he control all the resources, man. Hey, oh, it's beautiful. It says inhabitants thereof, right? When they created the Declaration of Independence, what was Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, specialization? They don't worry our way. When was that? Well, hey, in 1770, on July the 4th, 1770 motherfucking 4, 79, whatever the fuck it was, where we was at?
Not right there.
Not right there.
No combined.
Right, Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. Where you niggas was at? So it's talking to the so-called white man. Him and all his people. This who, oh, I got the right to bear arms. I got a right to freedom of speech. No, you don't. The Lord said, this is not our rest. But this is where niggas want to stay at. Well, you can stay here. We want to go home, man.
hey, reality is that you can't stay.
Right.
That's why the Lord takes the distractions.
Yeah,
The Lord let these distractions and the Lord let us get to PS9s by the
Oh,
time.
man.
Jake ain't gonna want to go home, man.
PS Vaughn.
A car full, EBT car full of stamps.
Yeah.
The headset under 75 AC and the game channel. The Lord let Jake stay like that, he don't want to go
Hey,
there.
if PS9, that bitch gonna be ugly.
Yeah, that bitch gonna be on your body.
By that time, Esau gonna have virtual reality.
Yeah,
Jake gonna be
that's
like, Jake gonna be like Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
Watching flicks on virtual reality.
Hey, Esau is trying to take this place to the Jetsons, man.
Yeah.
This is where they trying to go. We don't. Yeah, it was way in the future. 3,000 something.
Yeah. We don't swap by the new fluids anymore.
Yeah, I used to love the Jetsons, man. That's what they taking them. That's what they trying to take them, man. The Lord is not finna let these niggas get in no chariots, man.
Because it ain't to benefit nobody but the Edomites. And only the elite Edomites. All of that technology that they bringing in and they implement and they selling to people as convenience and safety is really a method of control. And once they have that control, they're not really, you can't get out of it. That's why those who take that chip are going to be destroyed, because once you take it, there is no getting out of it. There is no tapping out of the system.
Hey, them niggas made it seem like, right, on the Jets, if you ain't have a chariot, you just falling somewhere. Just falling, because everything was in the sky.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never do that shit in the fuck.
You probably, you know
That's
they
why
had
you listen to shit, man.
you know they had the niggas on the ground and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the ground.
Y'all ain't gonna never get that far, man. You got
they had the Flintstones and the Jetsons there around the same time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this devil
Yeah,
came
yeah,
from
yeah.
rocks. So now this nigga got a jet.
Right.
He go from Flintstone brake pads on the hooks and shit,
Right.
on the heels and shit, to a chariot.
Me ain't go from the Jets back.
Dinosaur, the dinosaur for the disposal garbage.
That's cold because it shows you in the Jets they had robot. Everybody had a servant.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have to tell them themselves.
Right, exactly. The movie Iron Legend, man.
Yeah.
And he kept telling, he said, "Now you don't need no robot."
Yeah.
Hey, he saw this nigga's crafty, man.
I robot too.
Isaiah 24 and 5. Earth also is defied under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
And that applies to Israelites first, man. We wasn't inhabitants of the earth, man. Lord made the world for our sake. But now it applies to the so-called white man now, man.
Therefore, as the curse devours the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
And the only man that's going to be left after this burning is the elites in the bunkers and the elect watching it from the skybox, man. Watching it being performed from the chariot, man. That's all that's going to be left. Hey, this is what they want anyway, right? Georgia Guidestone, right? They want to maintain humanity at 500 million. Well, the Lord's going to lessen that shit than that. How about that? Hey, us and them.
Yeah.
The Lord will the elected them. Whoever the elected is, man. The elected Israel watching America burn, and the elites going to be in the bunkers waiting to go in the chain.
Isaiah 24 and 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
That new philosophy, right? That new way of life, that shit ain't working. Hey, they may see, it ain't working for the so-called white people. Hey, go ahead and say, we want to make America great again.
Yeah.
This new shit ain't working.
Hey.
That's why the elites gotta stay here, man.
You might want to invest in some stocks and lows.
Yeah.
Because the sales and chains going up.
Yeah. Sales finna go up.
The mirth of the tabrets ceases, the noise of them that rejoice ended.
Yep. That's all those that's living prideful lives, enjoying life. All it's gonna come to an end, man. It's gonna be, hey, one day everything gonna change, man. Everything gonna change.
Joy.
Hey, cause when the Edomites came over here, crusade, one day it changed for Gad, Reuben, and Issachar, man. One fucking day, man.
With a smile.
And they
It's gonna change
say,
the same fucking way.
Coming white man Jesus.
It's gonna change, man. I'm talking about one fucking day, man. Everything changed from the Israelites, man.
show you on Apocalypto, and when they came
Right.
up at the end,
Yeah.
everything changed.
Yeah.
The joy of the harp ceases.
Yep. That music. Everything here is trash now, man. Let's say Ecclesiastes 12. Joy of the music shall be brought low. Edomites and Jake. That shit is trash, man. Everything is kill music. Killed and adultery.
And everything's recycled, you know.
Everything.
Everyone's probably watching the same old shit.
Right.
No creativity.
Right. That's
That's
that
Esau.
nigga gonna come on. Yeah, they gonna tap back into the Bible, gladiator. That Roman, hey, they got, hey, y'all can do go back to that Greek and Roman shit. But that's all they know.
That's all they know, for real.
That's all we know too with slavery, bitch. Right? That's all your ass gonna know right before the fight.
Yep.
They shall not drink wine with a song.
Right. Ain't no more, ain't no all that, we some connoisseurs, bourbon. All that shit finna go, man.
Yeah. Hey, they gonna have it.
Tequila sunrise.
Right, fucking we got some 1833 Rothschild.
Right.
Fuck that shit.
Hey, they gonna have the inheritance for their chain. They gonna
Right.
pass down the chain to their son.
Yeah.
They're gonna be drinking that cup. You know?
Hey, all this power that the so-called white man got these beats, that shit is limited to bumpers, man. just for how big your mouth is, how deep it goes. That's what you limit to. All the jet setting, all the shit y'all done done, try to create all these bourbons, these whiskeys, these top, all that shit limited to bunkers, man.
They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Right. Hey, it's truth. That's why it's truth, man. It's destroying everything about the foundation the civil white man built, man.
And America means bitter. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
How is it being broken down? By the words of the Lord, man. I'm told. So remember, hey, the Lord is omnipresent, man. Everywhere, all the time. In all places at once. The Lord got it. We don't know how many angels. We just know. That the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Go ahead.
There is a crying for wine in the street.
Hey, 2/3 they're gonna be looking for the truth. And it's gonna be gone, man.
Like when Big came up, too, when Martin came up asking for some water.
Oh yeah. Them niggas dehydrated. On them damn fields, man. You wouldn't even talk to each other. I can get a water.
Can I get one, too? What? Can I get 1, 3?
Hey, they can be looking for the truth. They will end the desert. And it's gonna be gone. It's just a crowd for wine in the street. The truth gonna be gone, man. Okay.
All joy is darkened.
Right, because it ain't gonna be, hey, what it say in 2 Corinthians 4, the work of flex, it said they gonna have no way to turn. That all joy is darkened, man. Hey, you got time to get it now, man. Okay.
The mirth of the land is gone.
Right, all the, hey, living it up, living my best life, la vida loca.
Living la vida loca.
I can't get no more coke.
Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night.
Hey,
All that's gonna be gone, man.
me and y'all was talking about this last night, you know, about how, cause like the elders reading, you know, just the fashion of this world is changing right before our very eyes.
Yep.
Me and Ariel was talking about this last night, because what was last night? Valentine's Day, you know, and they got the new movie coming out. All these movies coming out with the spirits of vengeance.
Yeah.
You know, they got the one movie coming out with the about the basically, you know, another dude. He's like a, you know, Michael Myers type, you know, killing on Valentine's Day. Like you had one that come out last year on Thanksgiving. Niggas killing him on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Christmas and all these movies coming out with these spirits of vengeance. You know, that's the new fashion.
Isaiah 24:15. Wherefore, glorify ye the Lord in the fire.
Yep. And they start, it's spiritual right now, but it's going to be a physical fire, man. That's why it said in Revelation 11 that the river was bright and gave glory to the Lord, but they were scarcely saved. As the epistles, man, get ready to touch down. They scarcely going to be saved, man. Whoever elect is, man.
Even the name of the Lord God of Israel in the isles of the sea.
Glorify the Lord now, man. The spiritual fight. Got it?
From the uttermost part of the earth,
This is America, Babylon the Great. This is the uttermost part of the earth. We got it.
we heard songs.
Right. This is where the song is. This is the place where the song is being sung at, man. The song of Moses, man.
Even glory to the righteous.
Right. This is the remnant in America, Babylon the Great. Like, the greatest deliverance from up here. That's why the caravans of Israelites come here, man. All 12 tribes come here, man.
What I said, my leanness.
Hey, and most are going to be for judgment. The masses, man. The Lord got all 12 tribes. Hey, America's becoming small now, man. Hey, cause Jake here getting these, hey, popping babies and getting the goddamn government system, man. Yeah. Great, hey, these Edomites pissed off with you Jakes, man. Hey, cause you niggas taking up all the stamps, man. Jake get in on these goddamn these apartments, you pay $25 a month. Jake ain't leaving that shit, man. They in there 40, 50 years. Don't say you done been in that shit too long, man. Y'all got to Joe said y'all got the 2026. Get y'all shit together.
All right.
And most niggas,
Hey, 'cause I know motherfuckers been in shit 40 years living on that shit, man.
Pass it down from generation to generation.
That shit was for you to save your money up and get you some shit, man. Them motherfuckers been living on that shit 30, 40 plus years, man. I'm talking about a young hoe that turned to an old hoe, man. Hundreds of niggas that went through them doors, man.
My leanness, woe unto me.
Hey, that bitch moved in when she was 18. She 50 now. That motherfucker still doing the same shit.
children is watching.
Yeah, the children watching. They got them apartment over there next to mom. I'm dead ass serious.
Right next to my mama.
And they doing the
My
same shit.
grandmama.
But if you would say a mother would teach her daughter the same shit in Ezekiel, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously.
Right, that's Esau, man. This nigga, that's all he has done. But he was set up to do this. And now, man, to understand Yahweh Shema Shah is priceless, man. When we was in the world, think we could do stuff on our own, man. Lord, like, no, I got something else to do. We think, damn, that nigga just chopped that nigga down. No, Lord did, man. The Lord chopped him down, man. Nigga run around here being wicked, because the best thing a Jake can do is commit fucking adultery. Jody. Goddamn Jody, man. You think a nigga got chopped down because them niggas were beefing? No, that nigga slowed that nigga girl, man. It's always that, man.
Always the woman. Hey, he done got a lot of niggas put to death, man.
Yo, you can tell you that, man.
That's why the
Nigga
Lord
don't
ain't
know how they
gonna,
quit.
the Lord ain't gonna be slack dealing with you.
Right. Hell no.
That's a part of the great humbling.
Hey, you see,
Before we can get into the kingdom, Lord will be a part of that number. A demonstration is in order. These people done did donuts in the room. They don't went beyond wicked. And there has to be a response, a public response to that. And that's why the Lord's going to cancel all subscriptions concerning judgment.
and that hood almost put that mother in the chat. That motherfucker up. That bitch said she could get her little baby. You don't gotta stay with her. She go with your child support.
God,
Yeah, I just need another child.
Fifth one.
Well, that's some money. That bitch look like a real wolf booker, man.
If you hit that, you a demon for real. Hey,
Bitch, who gave you four already?
hey, you out to kill.
That's what I was That's what I was doing.
That nigga had to fuck you with a blind.
Yeah, you out
Somebody had to guide him to the club. Ain't no way he saw you and still.
Hey, Salaki Israel. Hey, your privileges have been stripped. You need.
Yo, somebody had to guide him to that bar. Ain't no way that nigga walked up to her and got. Ain't no way, bro. That shit was impossible.
Ain't enough strong
They had to see
in
that.
the world.
They had to be that Ray Nephew. That nigga.
That had to be that shit. My daughter's game.
Oh yeah.
Hey, she took the. Hey, she seized the rod there, cause he must have been asleep or something.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because damn, boy.
That nigga got with the club. You read that nigga out.
Yeah, Bill Cosby to that nigga, man. Hey, but Eve she got a harsh judgment. It was an Eve over there in Pakistan, basically disrespecting the government, man, over there in Pakistan, telling the Pakistani officials to shut up. You talk too much. Ignorant bitch, man, just straight up ignorant, man.
That bitch said, I ain't coming if you don't pay me.
Yeah, I want $100,000 by tomorrow, $2,000 a week. She didn't act like that in Dubai. She went to Dubai, she was acting straight. Yeah, she was. Because in Dubai, they'll put your ass straight to jail, man. But damn about no mental issue. That shit fly over here. That shit fly over here in America.
Ain't no order here.
Yeah, ain't no order here. You could be mentally insane and they'll accept whatever the fuck you say. But over there in them countries, they ain't doing that.
Just like you said in Job 10, they say the land of garden has garden yourself where it ain't no order, man. And that order is you don't have to follow the ways of the Lord.
Yep.
As long as you follow the ways of the so-called white man, you good. But the minute you start following Yahweh on the side, they got a problem with you. Right? Again, making a man that's 24 words or a woman. You
Proverbs 6 and 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth destroyeth his own soul.
Exactly, but it's got to come back to you. That's why the Lord in the ancient world, they just got put up. We ain't tongue wrestling, we ain't no God forgive me, nah. Upstairs, straight upper room.
You know better.
Rock shower, upper room. We'll see you in the third and fourth generation. They just get it right there.
Yeah, because
Hey, but if that happens, if you have people getting stoned for adultery, it'll be a lot less adultery out here, man. It'll be a lot less city girls out here. It'll be a lot less divorces. If you saw the punishment according to the will of the Lord for things like adultery, if you saw somebody literally getting stoned until they stop moving, that'll change your perspective on certain things. And that's why those judgments are coming back.
and like it says, you commit adultery, you lack understanding. Because adultery breeds nothing but death and disease, man.
Yeah, I just did a lesson with a new term called the centered man, where women are choosing themselves in a marriage. They will do all their pleasure in a marriage.
Oh, that one chick.
You know?
The one chick, the elder, the ball warrior, the ball warrior. Your name was GMS Wicked.
Oh,
I'm thinking about the brother from New York. The chick that was talking about, but then she got exposed, talking about she ain't doing shit that her husband found the shit out. Like she ain't cooking for him, she ain't washing
Yeah, you got rid of her.
The Edomite bitch.
can't get crying.
Yeah, you back crying. Alright.
Proverbs 6.
And the problem these motherfuckers to put that shit on wax. You don't put this shit on wax like your man, like this nigga ain't tapped into the motherfucking Internet of Things, you dumb bitch. You was stupid for even doing that shit. But anyway, you got it.
But because the marriage on this side, in most cases, they end up being a prison. Because once Eve get it, a lot of times they end up, now they got leverage on you and they start acting out. Because Esau created a system where they're not punished for stepping outside their marriage. But they can abuse the whole marriage contract in their favor. Esau set it up that way. That's why the scriptures talk about those unrighteous living. The family court system is weak.
Because that's what a lot of places don't require they women have order before they sign the papers anyway.
Oftentimes, you know, you have two faces.
Yeah, they
Show you one face.
change. Yep.
Once they get the ring and the leverage, they switch it up. Once they get that ring and that leverage, they switch it up because they know they can leave that. Esau incentivizes breaking up your home. He incentivizes the so-called black Latino woman to break up their home. If you leave your man, I'll subsidize you. You don't have to. I'll subsidize you, and I'll take some of his check. So I'll subsidize you if you break up your family as opposed to staying in it.
Proverbs 6 and 33. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
Right.
For jealousy,
Hey, the reason why your approach not to back away because you don't repent, then that shit just lingering there, man. That shit just there. And eventually, the Lord gonna get you, man. Because that Lord likely to take you to a ring, you got it.
for jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Yeah, like a lot of these cases when they catch that woman and they kill him, they call it a crime of passion. Really, that man ain't supposed to be doing no time.
That's righteous. That's a righteous thing.
In the ancient world, if a woman committed adultery, her and him would be stoned, and then we'll be looking for that brother and his wife.
Yeah.
Control all delete. Reset, let's go. Let's go more reset. That's how the Lord rocked it. And that'll get rid of a lot of bullshit that happens, especially in J community. That get rid of a lot of bullshit will be put to bed just off of bringing the law of adultery back, you know.
Hey,
Bringing the consequence back.
Going back to reading any brother that put their wife in hell by the time they get that thing and don't think get done to them, That should have shut down that shit right here now.
Right.
We need women, man.
And divorce.
Like you said earlier.
Scripture talk about her leaving with nothing.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
the kids is yours.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
her kids.
Right.
She was the earth that you put your seed in. But those are your possessions. That's why the scripture, she leaves with nothing.
Nothing.
And now, if they had that kind of divorce, you want to leave? Cool. Everything I bought you, whatever outfit you got on, I'll let you take that. Goodbye. Our kids stay here. If they had that situation, it'd be a lot less women. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Why? Because they benefit from it. I get half his pension. I get alimony. I get child support. All of them. And then now you got a Jake that's 55, 56 years old, been married to a woman for 20 years. Now the nigga in a one-bedroom apartment, working 2 jobs and barely getting by.
That was all his money.
Hey, you fuck around and hit the lottery. That bitch fine now.
That's why some of them just black out and just, man, what's she at?
I don't know if this was a script, but I've seen it on today's day. Guy comes home and says, hey baby, what if I hit the lottery? What would you do? She said, I'll take half of it and leave. She said, well, I played the scratch off. I won $40. I gave $20. Get the fuck out. That was beautiful, man. And I hope it's real.
Yeah.
Proverbs 6 and 35. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content.
And that's righteous because that's that man's possession. The scripture say you should love your neighbor and you should love yourself. Adultery is a vile act. Because if you wouldn't want nobody to possess you, why would you tell them?
Those thou givest men gifts.
And the fact that
I don't care about the gift. You know? I don't care about it. Rock shop.
Hey, the fact of the matter is, it's so many women to one man. There's no need for that, man. It's literally no need for you to go into another man's wife. Like the Elder Apostle Gabar says all the time. That's a borderline homosexuality, man. Why would you know what Jake do when he get onto a woman? Jake ain't just gonna pull out and Jake leaving that Jake laying seed in her. He doing what he do. So why would you do that? Like that shit don't make any fucking sense. To especially since according to Esau science, it's 14 women to one man. That means that you have, on top of the women that you have 13 other options.
Maybe more. So why don't I have this 22 now? Yeah, you're right. Because these niggas out here, these niggas.
Right.
And then scared about that.
Those guys.
And then half of them dead or in jail. So they took it in your favor even more, man.
Yeah, the ones that ain't too good, they locked up.
Bad enough that we're not really out because most of them are defied by us and we got to you know?
46.
Marriages were arranged in the ancient.
Yeah.
Your father picked out your wife. And that was really a family. That was a part of the family business, bringing 2 houses together.
Because women make poor decisions, man.
They don't know how to.
You don't know how to pick a man. That's one reason why you see all these women out here. They might be decent women, but they with Pookie, Ray Ray, or they with so-called degenerate white man, man. Because their choice making is piss poor. That's why you end up with 2 kids, 3 kids, and then after 3 kids, you come to your realization, I need a man to take care of me and my bitch. You should have had your father arrange your marriage, man. You make piss poor decisions on a daily basis, man. And it's no repercussions for their decision making, man.
That's why they went straight from their father's house to their husband. The woman should be on her own, making her own decision. Period. You can get mad, but it's just how the Lord set it up, man. A woman don't supposed to be on her own, not even 30 minutes, man.
Right. And even learning the scriptures, a woman is supposed to be with another man, teaching her the scriptures. She's supposed to be at home with her own husband.
Right.
It's not supposed to be anything with another man, not with another man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you say, sitting out with
No out of door.
Say that.
And the elder
Say
Yashua,
sitting out with another man's wife. Not at all. Sit with her.
Spend your money and learn it.
the elder Yashua women bring out our tradition often about how during parties and stuff, women dance with the women and men dance with the men, man.
Right.
It was separate because when you get into that mixing stuff, that's when that evil eye comes. Yeah, that's when especially when you mix it with
Blaming
young,
on alcohol.
and you mix it with that strong drink, then niggas start to, that evil begin to creep in, man.
Everybody's fighting.
But I guarantee you, like the brother said, if the punishment for adultery was to be implemented right now, it wouldn't be that much backlash, man. When you see these women, they have all these opinions on social media, oh, I'm not going to be a slave, I'm not going to be all this. But if the judgment was enforced, the backlash would not be what you think it would be, man.
Hey, that's why that judgment is there, man. That's why they take the trouble. Hey, because there's more women than men on the earth, period. There's going to be more women going to get cooked than men. All the shit these women have done, man, that judgment is sitting there, it's waiting. It just, the Lord got it marinated, just like Esau. Right.
A lot of chicks gonna get put in snares and shot and messing around with Eve. And Eve done rolled off into the sunset and started a new life doing some different shit.
Hey,
Ruin the chick life. And it just moved on to the next one. The Lord requires that.
Hey, I was at the plantation and we was at this lady house and she was telling the dude that I was working with, it's vulgar, but she was telling the dude I was working with, she was like, yeah, her boyfriend made her mad. And the guy that I was working with, he was laughing with her. He was like, oh, what'd you do? She was like, yeah, I got back at him good though. He was like, what'd you do? She was like, oh, I went and slept with such and such, another dude. And the dude inseminated her mouth, and then she came home and kissed the dude, bro. Bro, the dude I was with was laughing. I was heated, bro. I was heated, bro. Because she said that shit in like a joking manner, like she was laughing about that shit. Boy, that shit's so evil, man. A lot of you women, like bro said, y'all have gotten away with a lot of disgusting things, man. Destroying men's whole lives, man. And you've been able to get away with it. It's been incentivized, man, for you to destroy the Israelite man's life. And the Lord is not going to, the Lord is coming to turn that right side up, man. He's not going to deal with it no more. And starting with the remnant ain't dealing with that madness no more either, man.
That's why Isaiah 4:1 don't happen on this side. And what did they say in Isaiah 4:1? That we may cover our shame and reproach, roughly paraphrase. Because when they see the vengeance of the Lord on the Israelite woman, when they start to see it, they ain't gonna want no parts of it. And that's why 7 women will sit home and 1 man in that thing.
So Proverbs 30 and 20. What the brother just described is in the scriptures. It's Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Right. And that's exactly it. That's exactly it, man. Well, it's in the scriptures, man. Exactly it, man. And to the brother's point as well, those 7 women clinging unto one man, unto that man, you also have to realize, man, that the men in that day ain't gonna be choosing because of your looks or because you just because they want to pop. That ain't gonna be the case. You better come with something, like bro said. You better come with something, because brothers ain't into that. You have Israelite niggas out here that's into 7 wives, but they just want to pop. That's all they think about. That's all they think about, because everything here is over sexualized, man. But in that day, brothers are gonna have that straight mind, man. Lord willing, we have a straight mind, man, thinking straight. We don't think with our man downstairs, man. You all that coming with how you look and all that's gonna be over with. What you gonna do when there is no makeup, man? You have to come with something, man. And it's gonna be more than just looks and how good you look and all that bullshit. Brothers ain't just thinking about popping, man. And we passed that. Because in Jacob's trouble, that's gonna be the last thing on a brother's mind.
Because a lot of women are used to getting over with their pretty privilege. A lot of women are used to that.
Well, Lord said, "Look at the woman's beauty."
Well, in that time, a lot of brothers just going to be shooing away these so-called pretty women. That's when the Lord will judge them. Because they've been getting away with their pretty privilege for so long that when the brothers, seven women leaving to 1 man, it ain't just going to be
the ugly.
Yeah, it's going to be how the Spirit. The Spirit going to have mercy on certain women.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the ones that lead.
Yeah, because
God is more defined there. Because they have more body.
And being in that day, being beautiful in that day is gonna be a curse.
Yeah.
Like the one Eve said, they ain't just your nigga, that's our nigga.
His mother said, "Oh, she cute. She got some good body."
Yeah.
Hey, because it's ladies out here that's listening, you know what I'm saying, and they just listening, you know what I'm saying, they listening, and they just waiting for the Lord to work out something in their favor, man. You know, you got the women that's out there like that, man, that are waiting on the Lord to work out a man of the Lord in their favor, and it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen according to the Spirit of the Lord. But brothers, hey, I can tell you right now, for at least for the brothers that's standing up here, I know brothers ain't gonna be looking at you for how you look and just the pop. That's dead. That's dead. That's nigga mentality, man. He passed that, bro.
And it's cool how the Lord set it up because, you know, we live in this society where everything's catered towards women, you know. And like the other I'm a woman Gabar saying that, hey, for you women, like the bro said, women that are sitting back, you know, you got certain resources, you better hit a brother up. See a brother you like, hit a brother up. You know, because women, they be getting these nice jobs, you know. A lot of women, they staying in these 3-bedroom apartments, and it's just them. You know, a lot of these women, they have these resources that can be utilized for brothers.
Hey, and I'll tell you this too. A bad woman, a fine woman is a dime a dozen. You go over to these different states or these different countries, you have a fine women are in abundance, man. You ain't the only one. These fine women are in abundance, man. And it's a lot of women out here in these other countries. They fine as hell. Don't even must know they fine, man. And they humble. And they natural. These American women think because they got the BBLs and all this bullshit that they fine and they got some type of leverage, man. Fine women are everywhere. Everywhere. Brothers ain't fiending because you look good. Please, man.
And that's why the Lord really don't give brothers, because really they're not fit with it. Most of the women on this side, especially the ones that are aesthetically pleasing, a lot of them ain't fit for brothers. The Lord is moving brothers to the and a lot of these women just don't cut it. But in Jacob's trouble, the Lord's going to reveal those women that are ready, that are cut. And they may not always be the 10 aesthetically pleasing.
No, they out there. Just watching, man. Getting ready, man. Prepping themselves, you know.
Ecclesiastes 25 and 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of the rulers.
It says in Sirach, I believe it's the 19th chapter that wine and women have destroyed many men, man. You know? And if you're not thinking properly, if you have a plague of the heart, and you're not thinking properly, you can be destroyed, you know, by a lot of these women out here, man. You know, which it's a topic that comes up every so often. And they say, I don't like talking about it because it's a sensationalized topic for Jake. That's all they tune in to hear about is women, man. You know, but this ministry is past that, man. You have to think past women, man. Women are going to be in abundance in the kingdom, man. The Lord is going to have women at your disposal. You know what I'm saying? Right now, that's not what's important, man. What's important right now is getting your mind right so that you are a functional, capable leader through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because what the women are going to cleave unto is a righteous man. The spirit. A man that has the guidance of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what's going to separate the average man from the elect. You know?
Every brother ain't cute.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, you got some rough looking brothers, man. Hey.
Brothers, bald head, this is spot.
Hey.
All type of shit.
But you don't want that cute shit anyway. You want a rough brother. Yeah, man.
First Ezra 4 and 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that are run out of the wit for women. They become servants for their sake. Many also have perished, have erred in sinfulness. Now do you believe? And now do you not believe me? Is not the king great in his power?
They had the bag, get dropped, dad, this shit on the news years ago. He my mother $100. I'm still where he sat down and talked to her. And the lady had her boyfriend on the side, kill his ass and take the motherfucking ticket, man.
Damn.
Yeah, for 3 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, what you say?
Right, that's what it was. Yeah, it was the Edomite chick.
That's a very good example. Right, that they're burying him in the backyard.
Yep, I remember that. Yep. Read this. It's Proverbs
30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness.
This is Ecclesiastes 26 and 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, open her quiver against every arrow.
Hey, and in general, that's the type of women that you deal with in America. Women that open their quiver onto every arrow that pass by, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Really, a marriage is supposed to be marrying a woman that hasn't known a man. Right. We so far removed from that the Lord describes us as an adulterous generation. Because your wife is supposed to be a woman that's never known a man before you. This is why in the ancient world, the dark ages, they had these extravagant weddings. It was actually a wedding. You were celebrating a woman that didn't know a man. Yeah. Her first time having sex was with her husband. That's how it works in the ancient world. That's why the laws are going to go forth from Zion. Even the heathens are going to be subject to our laws. That's a part of it. They're not going to be able to commit adultery in the kingdom of heaven just because they're in their own land. The laws are going to be enforced. And through that, the world is going to rejoice. That's the welfare of the world. The nigga who's ruling is co-signing bestiality. He's co-signing man on man. He's co-signing adultery. He's co-signing people eating stuff that the Lord did not consider food. And this is why the world is in the condition it's in right now. Because men in general are meant to love women. That's built inside of men, to love women. Plural. That's built inside of men. But Esau has used that against the man on this side. He weaponized it by weaponizing Eve.
Yeah, these women have been with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, you know, and when it comes to a sincere dude that actually try to take her serious, well, he gotta wait 6 months type shit. Make it make sense.
Unless you two kids leave. Then she say she'll settle. And those good guys end up being the ones that Eve settled with. And that's why the divorce rate is going so high, because Eve ended up marrying somebody she didn't really want to marry. She just married him for the resources.
She can't deal with him in the right way anyway, because she had too many spirits on her. She can't care too many rides. Yeah, she can't care about him. So now Jake gotta fight all these spirits, all these other niggas. You know what I'm saying?
That's what men are. Men are conquerors by nature. You got all these conquering spirits inside you. And it goes to show you how fucked up this is. That's why I say the land is polluted. This is not our rest. You know, the land is polluted. You know, and also talking about Eve too, because like I was saying earlier, you know, and it's a hard pill to swallow for brothers, but you know, whatever the case may be, when a horrible woman she loses her virginity to, she's never going to forget that man. You know, she's never going to forget the man that popped her virginity, man. You know, so why we got to get the fuck out of here.
Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 12. If the ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked.
Harder to lie, even more to lie. So, through this law, that his policies, his democracy, everybody else is wicked.
And that's why this age is going to end with fire. The age of Esau is going to end in a blaze, literally. The Lord's going to turn this, what they know as America, the Lord's going to turn into a lake of fire, and it will never be inhabited again. That's how they're going to end this age.
Oh, as a matter of fact, give me 2 Peter 3:10. Read down to 13.
You got to think about how powerful that is for the Lord to say, the land that y'all standing in, America, is never going to be inhabited again. I'm going to turn all these skyscrapers into a planet. Right now, people look at it and be like, man, that could never happen. But when that happens, the world is going to remember Yahweh Shai. That's going to have a different ring to it in the kingdom of heaven.
2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be, and all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Yeah, so you're looking forward to the Lord destroying it. Because the only way we have rest as a nation is through the destruction. You're not going to get rest on this side. The only time we're going to get rest and full assurance of life is through the destruction of Babylon and Jerusalem. All right? Now the left back, that is Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And when this was written, there was no technology available to accomplish that until now. Now you have the technology, the weapons, where a man's flesh can consume while he's still standing. Think about how long ago this was written.
Give you a vision. Give y'all a visual. If y'all seen that movie Terminator when Sarah Connor was holding that fence, that big wave, bombs in the background in that city she was watching, that big wave came. And it left numbers and bones on that fence, man.
That's how quick it happened.
That's that movie.
And the Lord used Esau to bring out his own, the instrument of his own destruction.
Jeremiah 31:17. But I will deliver thee in that day, saith the Lord, and thou shalt not be given into the hand of the men of whom thou art afraid. For I will surely deliver thee, and thou shalt not fall by the sword, but thy life shall be for a prey unto thee, because thou hast put thy trust in me, saith the Lord God Yahweh.
Revelation 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast as thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Grace and peace to you, elect around the four winds, believing and pushing the truth and all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom.
Shalom. Above all. Shalom. Hashem, Yahushua, Shalak, Rayam, Wa, Nashim, Wa, Abayim, Wa, Arayim, Wa, Asadayim, All, Abayim, Wa, Ayayanua, Bakasha, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Wa,